Hello, hello, hello. How are we, everybody? We're back. Thank you, Sarah. Bad Daza came in. Sarah P is there. Thank you, everybody. Right, let me just check how far behind we are. Let me take that off. We'll go from there. So we're about 10 minutes behind. So we've done pretty good on that. So we're not too far behind. That's like one break away. So it's good, good, good. Bardaz and say Mexi Texi. Hey Mexi, were you are you following both trials? Because you're awfully quiet, and I don't like you when Mexi's quiet. That means she's planning something. Or you just let me pick on Sarpi, which I love that. If you are, let me pick on Sarpi. I love that. I cheat. I click on your link. Yepers, Dave, how are you? Bex, I haven't seen you for fucking ages, Bex. I was trying to zoom the last 2 days if this tries to get caught up, but I did not do it in time. I was trying to zoom the last 2 days if this trial to get caught up, but I did not do it in time. Which trial? Are you talking about the Ohio one? If you are, don't bother. It's the most fucking ridiculous trial ever. The guy shouldn't be even on the it shouldn't be even a trial. Do you know what I mean? This one, if you mean this one, it's only just started, so you're all good in this one. This one, Florida. Oh, you literally open statements were like an hour yesterday, and today you're fine. Catch up with it. You're fine. This is like a 5-day trial, they said, so you'll be fine. And as of that, where are we at here?
Hippie chick, Marky C, Spacey Stacy, walking those streets all night. You go, ladies and Marky, go have some fun now. Let's go, girls.
Mexico, ignore me. This is my life story. Do you know what I mean? All of you fucking ignore me in chat. You're all bitches. You're all nosy bitches, I would say. I saw that one. There you go. And this morning's one, which was like what, a couple of hours, which you can play at 2.0 if you haven't watched it. That was interesting. And now we're here. This is after lunch break. So keep resmashing. Please do so, Dave. Please resmash it. I thought it was 2 day. No, you're all good. Hey, 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 Spacey Stacy. Another one ignores me. How are you, my darling? Nice to see you. I made it. Thank you, lovely. I'm glad you made it. Dave. I'm going to put Dave up there with Lovely and Rhonda as the lovely ones in chat. The rest of you are still below par. There's a par here of people I, like. And I've got Dave, Boston Labour's Union up here. I got Rhonda up here. I got Lovely up here. Oh, and I got, Tracy Murray as well. Just seen pop in, so I better put Tracy up here as well. The rest of you are fucking well down here. Do you know what I mean? So I get that you ignore me, so it's fine. But Dave, you're up there. You're one of the good ones. Tracy, I'll put you up there for now. But if you misbehave, you'll be down with hippie chick again. So I had to cancel my class, so I'm back. Oh no! Sorry to hear you get to cancel your class though. But it's great to have you back, though, Tracy. Love seeing Tracy Murray in the chat. How are you, darling? Right, we are roughly about 10, 12 minutes. Even though I tell you all the nosy bitches, no one reacts. Sometimes I don't even think that you guys understand me talking or speaking. Is it talking or speaking? I always say talking. Oh no, Donna, you're also up to Donna. You are the number one. You know that. You're right up there, Donna. You know that anyway. Shit, I should have put that. This is the worst thing starting this list. I should have started the list up here, should I? Fuck. Donna, you're well up there. You're up there. Don't you worry. Fucking Bad Daz is not. He's well down there, so. Shit. Glad you made it lovely. There you go. She never normally makes it. There you go, Sarah P. She's like Texas. She called me out there. She called me out there. There you go. Right, let's get back into it. Why is it I kissed him so hard? Because Donna is awesome. Donna, she's just like she's like Texas. I love Donna. She's been here for years. Bex, you'll never make it into the people I like, so you're fine. I just have to do it. That's fine. My apologies to you, Miss Donna. Right, let's get into it. I got it here. Here we go. I'll have to kill some time, wait for everyone to come in anyway. So now I'm not going to waste any more time. We're all here. So Donna's must be whose basement you're streaming from. No? Donna's in Texas, and Donna helped me out loads to go to Boston twice. So I love Donna for that. So, right. Let's start. If people join us afterwards, that's fine, but we'll get going. Fuck.
All right, good afternoon. Please be seated. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the jury. By a show of hands, was anyone on the jury not able to follow the court's previous instructions about
It will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes,
Oh, a white suit. Is that white or gray?
you can proceed when you're ready.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Would you please state your full name?
Sure. My name is John Allen Prusy,
How do you spell your first name?
John.
And how do you spell your last
It
name?
is ALAMPRESE.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a sergeant with the Cape Coral Police Department
How long have you been with CCPD?
since 2015.
And as a sergeant, what kind of duties do you have?
I'm a first line supervisor for our patrol bureau. So I oversee a group of individuals that are on the streets
How long have you been in the role of sergeant?
since October this year. Or I'm sorry, 2025.
And prior to becoming a sergeant, what were you doing?
I was a detective.
And in what division?
I was a detective in the property crimes unit and in the violent crimes unit.
And do you work a particular shift when you're in those units?
In the detective role, I worked a Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m., 4 p.m.
And how long were you a detective?
4 years.
Okay, before coming to become a sergeant?
4 years.
And back in March of 2024, what of those roles were you serving for?
I was in the property crimes unit.
All right. And did you become involved in an investigation of a shooting that took place in the area of Southeast 16th Place near Coralwood Mall around March 17th of 2024?
I did.
Okay, how did you become involved in that investigation?
I was asked to help assist with a homicide investigation by canvassing the area of Southeast 16th Place where the crime had taken place.
And now were you called in when it occurred or at some point after?
First thing Monday morning, so the day following.
So you came on shift for your Monday to Thursday detective job and they called you in?
That's correct.
Were you the only detective from your unit to be called out to assist?
No, there was other detectives.
And what were you doing when you were canvassing? What were you looking for?
We had a description of a possible vehicle that we were looking for. So we basically were checking businesses nearby to see if we could capture any video of the event that took place that night.
Did you have any other information about such as when the crime took place or a particular area or route that the vehicle may have taken?
At that time, all we had was a time frame of when it happened and that the vehicle had traveled on Southeast 16th Place, either northbound or southbound. So that's kind of what we were looking for.
And in doing that canvas, were you successful in locating anything that you thought might be pertinent?
Yes, I located video.
And where did you locate video?
St. Vincent's Thrift Store at 2023 Del Prado Boulevard South.
Now that's a Del Prado address, but we're talking about Southeast 16th
Yes.
Place. Can you tell the jurors how those two things work?
So
balance?
Southeast 16th Place runs parallel to Del Prado Boulevard South. So the actual address of the store itself, or the thrift store, is a Del Prado address, but the street running parallel right behind the business, that's where the crime had taken place.
And so you went to that business and were able to view their surveillance cameras?
Yes,
And they had a camera that faced Southeast 16th Place?
they did.
Were you able to view it that day?
Yes,
And did you take a copy of that video?
I did.
All right. I am showing defense counsel what's been marked as Exhibit 15. Can I push the witness?
You may.
Can you take a look at that and tell me if you recognize it?
I do.
And then tell me how you recognize it?
That's my initials right
You
there.
got a chance to look at that?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it a series of videos?
Yes.
And does that fairly accurately depict the copy of videos that you took from single incidents after the murder?
Yes.
At this time, the state would move to enter into evidence states Exhibit 15A.
Any objection? You admitted.
State moves to publish.
You may. You may.
I place the disc in the player, in the computer, and I'm gonna open the player. Playing the first clip titled St. Vincent. Victims walking, suspect vehicle U-turn, suspect vehicle past one. I'm not putting it, I'm pausing for a second. And I've now hit play. And then the second one, St. Vincent, victims walking, suspect vehicle U-turn. Playing St. Vincent, gunshot 3. in St. Vincent, suspect vehicle 4.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I'm sorry, in St. Vincent, suspect vehicle 4. I'm just articulating what.
Okay.
There's a slight buffer, so I'm waiting for that to catch up. I apologize. Detective Almprisi, those 4 clips of that video, are those what you found to be pertinent to the investigation you were conducting?
Yes.
What about those assisted you in your investigation?
The vehicle itself, driving back and forth in the street and then making the U-turn to the entrance of St. Vincent, I said the exit entrance of St. Vincent's. I was able to develop a possible vehicle description.
And could you just speak up a little
Yeah,
bit?
I'm sorry.
You're speaking very softly.
No, my apologies.
You can bend that microphone if you want closer to your.
Seeing that video, I was able to identify or possibly identify a suspect vehicle.
Did you watch it at the normal speed, or did you do something else in order to develop that?
I watched it at the normal speed, and then once the vehicle got closer, I just slowed it down a little bit just to get a little bit.
And are you trained to identify vehicles as part of your training to become a law enforcement officer?
No special training.
Okay.
I just was able to identify the vehicle based off of.
Do you have any special interest in cars that helps you to do that, or is it just based on your experience?
I mean, I have a hobby with vehicles in my own personal time.
Okay, can you describe what that entails for the jurors?
Best way to describe it is I'm a car guy. I'm into vehicles. I grew up around mechanics my whole life, so it doesn't make me an expert by any means, but I'm pretty familiar with most common vehicles out on the road.
And after viewing that video and slowing it down around the time frame, were you able to identify the type of vehicle that had made that U-turn and then fled the scene?
Yes.
What type of vehicle was that?
I was a newer model Nissan Pathfinder.
After making that finding, what did you do with that information?
We utilize a program called Vigilant. It's ran by Motorola, and it's a license plate reader program.
And how does that system operate?
So it's an automated system. It's essentially an online database that is comprised of multiple license plate camera readers that are throughout the city of Cape Coral or whatever area you're in. So throughout the city of Cape Coral, we have a handful of plate readers, and each individual user has its own log into the program. You can narrow down an area, you can narrow down make and model of the vehicle, color.
And how did you make use of that system as part of this investigation?
So based on that identification that I believe that was a Nissan Pathfinder, I just changed the options in the program to a Nissan Pathfinder and narrowed down the time frame that we were looking for and sorted through a handful of results.
And were you able to make any findings regarding those results that you looked?
Yes, I was.
And what was that?
So there was a license plate reader hit at the intersection of Pondella and Pine Island Road, which is in Cape Coral, at, I believe, 21:18 hours, which would be 9:18 p.m. On a vehicle matching that description.
May I approach the witness? I'm showing defense counsel what's from my proceeds exhibit. I approach the witness? Your
You
Honor?
may.
I'm placing in front of you what's marked for identification states exhibit 15F, and I'm going to stand up to the podium just so my voice gets picked up on the microphone. Relying on those vigilant searches and you identified a vehicle, did you identify an associated license plate that would have fit the description of the vehicle that you were looking for?
I did.
And what was that license plate?
15AULC out of the state of Florida.
And other than the car that had that license plate affixed to it, were there any other vehicles that the vigilant search returned that matched the vehicle's description?
There were other vehicles, but that did not match the description.
So other Nissans?
Other
or-
Nissans, yes.
Okay. And so that was the only vehicle matching the description and it had that license plate number on it?
Correct.
Okay. What did you do with the information regarding that license plate?
Once that information was obtained, I gave that information to the lead detective on the case at the time,
Who was that?
Detective Frank Scarado at the time.
Okay. I have no further questions. I'll retrieve that exhibit.
Sure.
No questions.
You can sit down. Is he excused?
Yes.
Any objection?
Okay.
You're excused from speaking. Okay, state and call their next witness.
The state calls Jessica Stein.
So in the Ohio trial at the minute, they've just come back from lunch and the defense are taking a witness on return because they can only do a certain day. So the defense has got a witness on now, and then the prosecution will go back and carry on. Right, here we go. Baba Daza.
Just face the clerk, raise your right hand, just swear you.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
You can take the stand.
Please watch your step.
You can proceed when you're ready.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Please state your name for the record.
Jessica Stein.
And Ms. Stein, how do you spell your name?
JESSICA
Where do you currently live? You don't have to give your exact address, but generally.
Charlotte County, Florida.
Where were you living on March 17th of 2024?
West Mariana Avenue.
Was it 69 West Mariana Avenue?
Yes.
Was that in Lee County, Florida?
Yes.
Who did you live with at the time?
Myself and my children.
And how many children do you have?
8.
And did you live with a partner or a spouse?
No.
So just you and your 8 children?
Some of the children don't live with me.
Okay.
I was a surrogate mother.
Okay. How many children were living with you at the time at the house?
5.
5. And did you have a child named Thomas that lived with you?
Yes.
And how old was he on March 17th of 2024?
16.
Okay. And when is his birthday?
October 30th, 2006.
I want to talk to you about the day of March 17th. Did you go somewhere during the day?
Yes.
And where did you go?
To the Nokomis Beach.
And is that in the Venice area? Who did you go to the beach with that day?
My children and Thomas and one of his friends.
And when you say your children, it would have been Thomas, your 4 other children, and a friend of his.
Yes.
And what was his friend's name that you took to the beach with you?
Jaden.
And do you know Jaden's last name?
Fernandez.
Was he a good friend of Thomas's?
Yes.
And how did you get to the beach?
We drove.
And
I drove
And what did you drive? What kind of vehicle?
a rental car,
Okay. And what was the type of rental car?
an SUV.
Okay. And what was it, the make and model of it?
I don't know.
May I approach her?
You may.
For the record, I'm approaching defense counsel and showing State's Exhibit 17. I'll have you look at State's Exhibit 17 and tell me if you recognize this.
Yes, ma'am. That's the rental car.
And that's the rental car you drove to the beach.
Yes.
Yeah, at this time the state will move 17 into evidence.
Any objection? Be admitted.
Permission to publish.
You may.
Now, were there 3 rows of seating in this vehicle that you rented?
Yes.
And how long had you had that rental?
I'm not sure. I was supposed to get a larger SUV, but that was the only one they had available with 3 rows.
And did you have a phone on you that day?
A phone?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
And what was your phone number?
I don't remember.
Would seeing a statement that you gave help refresh your recollection as to what your phone number was at the
Yes.
time? For the record, approaching defense counsel to show which statement. Ms. Stein, I'm approaching you and showing you a transcript of an audio statement that you gave to law enforcement.
Yes.
And I'm going to have you look at page number 7, and if you just look at that and tell me if that refreshes your recollection as to what your phone number was on March 17th, 2024.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and so has your recollection been refreshed?
Yes.
Okay, what was your phone number at the time?
That's 239-202-1932.
Did your son Thomas also have his own phone at the time?
Yes.
And did each of your children have their own phone?
Yes.
About how far away would you say Nokomis Beach was from your home at 69 Mariana Avenue?
I'm not, maybe an hour probably.
How long were you and your children and Jaden Fernandez at the beach?
All day.
And did you eat lunch when you were there? Did you pack a picnic?
I think we stopped at a McDonald's.
And
About
if you,
what-
if you can, I'm sorry, if you can speak up just a little louder for us, thank you.
And when you left the beach that day, do you recall about what time it was that you left?
No.
Would it have been in the afternoon, evening hours, early evening hours?
Yeah.
Later afternoon?
Yes.
And did you drop Jaden Fernandez back at home?
I think we all rode together, and I think he just walked home after we got home.
Did he live close to your house?
Yes, ma'am.
And was it common that he would come in and hang out at your house with Thomas?
Yes.
And so when you arrived home with your children, did Jaden end up leaving your house and going back to his house?
Yes.
When you got to your house, do you recall where you went in your house?
I took a shower and went in my room.
And was that often a place you would just hang out to yourself and that'd be somewhere where you could go and sort of escape and be by yourself?
Me and my younger kids stayed there.
And your younger kids did?
Yeah.
How many of your kids stayed with you?
Me and my daughter, Rosemary,
Um,
she stayed in the room with me.
May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
For the record, I'm showing defense counsel states exhibit 16C and 16B. Ms. Stein, I'm showing you states exhibit 16C and 16B, and if you just look at these exhibits and tell me if you
Yes, ma'am.
recognize them.
Yes.
And what do you recognize these exhibits to be?
That's my home.
Your Honor, at this time, the state will move 16C and 16D into evidence.
Objections?
My objection is as to relevance, Judge.
I'm sorry?
My objection is as to relevance.
Judge, I think it's relevant to show where she lived at the time as far as the of her home.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna say, Judge, we didn't have any other pictures of any of the witnesses' homes put before the jurors.
Here, you guys can approach.
Oh, fuck, right. That must be hard for her, her. The mother is on the stand. That, you can see why she's emotional, as any parent would be. They have to verify, though, that, she bought the car, not bought the car, hired the car and stuff. So, it's trial ping pong, though. After this one finishes, we'll be going back to Ohio to finish the night there. There's not long to go in the Ohio one, I don't believe. So, hopefully not too many days of that, because I'll be cream crackered. But yeah, that's what we got on, because I'm obviously a legend. I'm dedicated to all of you. I want to make sure you got something to keep you out of trouble. Because if I don't stream, I know you'll get into trouble on those YouTube streets. So, is it still? Yeah, white noise. I hate the white noise. I understand why it's there, but I just hate it my years ago. I might be having Starbucks tomorrow. I'm going shopping tomorrow. I believe just my mother, I think. But my father might join us. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Ms. Stein, I'm showing you 16C. Is this the front of your house on Mariana Avenue?
Yes.
And then I'm also showing you State's Exhibit 16D. And is this the inside of your house, your living area that you would walk into from that front door?
Yes.
And how many bedrooms were in your home?
4.
And so you and your daughter stayed in one. Did Thomas have his own bedroom?
Yes.
And then tell me what the other 2 bedrooms had.
My other 2 sons.
They each had their own bedroom?
Yeah, well, 2 shared and then 1 had his other own.
Okay, so 2 of your sons each had a bedroom, 2 sons shared, and then your daughter slept with you in your bedroom.
Yes.
Later on that evening, did another one of Thomas's friends or acquaintances come to your home?
Yes, ma'am.
And who did you know that person to be? Was there a name you knew him by?
Buster.
You know, may I approach?
Yes.
For the record, I'm showing statement 16A and 24A.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to have you look at State's Exhibit 16A and 24A. Do you recognize the person in this exhibit?
Yes, ma'am. That's
And
him.
who do you recognize this person to be?
Buster.
Buster, all right. And at this time, the state will move 16A and 24A into evidence.
Any objection?
No, sir.
All right, be admitted.
And when you're saying his nickname was Buster,
Yes.
and did he go to the beach with you that day at all?
No, he didn't.
And so you didn't see him till later in the
Yes.
late evening hours?
Yes.
Do you know, I showed you that photograph. I'll put it back up, 24A. Do you recognize that sweatshirt as to what he was wearing that night?
You're fake.
That's the sweatshirt you saw him wearing?
Yes.
Had you seen him at your house before that night?
A few times.
Did you at one point leave Thomas and Buster and see them later on in the evening, in the later hours?
I went to the gym with my older son.
And when you came back from the gym, did you see Buster at your house?
I believe so, yes.
And was he wearing that red sweatshirt any longer, or had
No.
he changed?
I think he had a white shirt on when I seen him again, or no shirt.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when you first saw him in the evening hours, he was wearing that red sweatshirt with that lettering,
Yes,
and then later on, he either had a white shirt or no shirt.
yes.
And do you know about what time he left your house?
It was pretty late.
And how did he leave your house?
He was gonna order an Uber or something and it didn't come, and I ended up driving him home that night.
Where did you drive him home to?
Somewhere in Cape Coral.
Do you know whose house it was you dropped him off at?
I don't.
Did you keep the Pathfinder that night?
Yes,
The next day, did you keep it?
I believe the next day I went to Honda and I got a larger SUV.
So you returned it that next morning on the 18th?
It was the next morning or the day after.
Did you later learn that your son was a suspect in a murder case?
I did later on, yes.
And did you own a Glock 27 at the time?
I believe so.
And was it a gun that you purchased legally?
Yes, ma'am.
May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
For the record, I'm showing State's Exhibit number 19. Stein, I'm going to approach you and show you some records.
Yes.
And if you could just take a look at these records
Mhm.
and tell me, do you recognize these records?
Yes.
Okay, and are these the records for the purchase of a Glock 27 from J&J One Stop Gun Shop?
Yes, I purchased two.
Okay, you purchased two, all right.
Mhm.
And were these purchases made back in 2021?
Yes, ma'am.
And at this time, the state would move State's Exhibit number 19 into evidence.
Any objection?
No, sir.
Be admitted.
May I approach the witness?
You may.
For the record, I'm showing State's Exhibit 16B. You're going to look at State's Exhibit 16B and tell me if you recognize the person in this photo as well as what the person's holding.
That's my son Thomas.
Okay, and do you recognize?
I'm sorry, I can barely hear you.
That's
You-
Thomas.
And do you recognize?
Judge, I'm gonna object.
I
I'm
can't.
sorry?
I'm gonna object this point.
I
You have
couldn't.
sidebar, Judge. I'm asking.
Okay.
ask you to look at 16D again.
Yes,
Do you recognize what is in Thomas Stein's hand?
it's a firearm.
And does that look like the Glock 27 that you owned at the time?
I can't tell from the photo.
And ma'am, do you see your son Thomas Stein sitting here in the courtroom?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Do you see your son Thomas Stein sitting here in the courtroom?
Yes,
Would you please point to and identify an article of clothing he's wearing?
a gray suit.
I'm
No.
sorry, which, how do you
Gray
which
suit.
is it?
A gray suit.
Okay. The record reflect.
This gun that I just asked you about, the Glock 27 in those firearms purchase records,
Yes.
after the murder of Kayla Rincon-Miller, did you ever see that gun again?
No.
We have a moment, Your Honor?
You may?
Just to clarify, I just asked you to point out your son Thomas Stein. Is he the defendant in this case?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd ask that the record reflect that she's pointed out Thomas Stein.
Okay. The record will so reflect.
Thank you. Nothing further. The state tenders a witness.
Okay.
Based upon the witness's answer, I'd like to approach that for almost a
Okay. Mr. Wheeler, whatever you want to cross.
Good afternoon, Jessica. To be clear, you and your family hired my firm to represent your son.
Yes, sir.
We don't represent you.
Correct.
Did your son ever confess to you that he's the one that shot Kayla Rincon-Miller?
No, sir.
The photos of Buster that we saw in the courtroom here,
Yes.
he's known as Buster,
Yes.
but more accurately, isn't he known as Little Buster?
Yes.
And his dad is Big Buster.
Yeah.
After your son's arrest, were you ever threatened?
Yes.
By whom?
Hit Buster's family.
Okay, specifically who?
Shanice.
Shanice
Baraka,
Stewart?
Buster. Big Buster.
So Shanice Stewart,
Baraka Stewart.
Raka Stewart,
Buster.
Christopher Horn Sr.
Yes.
Based upon those threats, did the police arrest him?
Yes, they did.
What happened to those threats?
They were all dropped.
By whom?
Miss Miller.
By Miss Miller.
Yes, sir.
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Ms. Stein, after your son was arrested, did you meet up with Buster's family, with his mom, Shanice, his dad, Christopher Horn Sr., Christopher Horn Sr.'s girlfriend, Shanita, as well as, I think I said, Shanice Stewart. Did you meet up with them at a park?
Judge, two objections.
Yeah.
Compound. Second one is beyond the scope of the cross.
Oh,
Did you meet up at a park with them?
They pulled up to my home first
Okay. And did you
and
follow
told
them?
me to go there. Yes.
And you followed them to a park?
Yes.
Okay. And at that park, did you discuss the fact that Kayla Rincon-Miller had been murdered?
I don't remember.
Did you also discuss about some of the evidence Cape Coral Police might be gathering regarding your son as well as little Buster?
Objection, judge, as to hearsay.
I'm sorry?
Objection as to hearsay.
Judge, it's not for the truth of the matter asserted, but it goes to what defense asked as to what she did next.
Judge, I'd like to approach sidebar.
All right.
Oh, okay. I obviously missed a little bit here, so I'm a little bit behind on this. So I'm not really sure. But okay. They haven't said why they had. So she had two guns the same. I have no idea. I was away myself, Lady Di. I don't. Well, I only know what Bexy just said and what But Daz said. They said why they haven't said why she had two of the same guns. And we just heard now that the family of the co-defendant was charged for harassing her, but then he was dropped by the DA, I imagine, when the deal was struck. That's all I know. Oh, I gave up taking notes after the first day. No, I've been trying to do things back and forward here, so and I will I'm gonna make some dinner as well. So busy guy. Do you know what I mean? 4 streams today, for fuck's sakes. Can never please these ladies. Don't you laugh. You fucking all you ladies, fuck now. Bog off, yeah. Buy one, get one free. I hate that white note goes right through me. Oh, I can fucking zoom past, can I? Oh shit, hang on.
Going back to my earlier question about you going to a park with this group of people.
Yes.
At this point, had your son been arrested for the murder of Kayla Rincon-Miller?
No.
Was he present with you at the park?
Yes.
And had Christopher Horn been arrested for the murder?
No.
And was he present with the group at the park?
Yes.
And in that meeting, did you have discussions about how to get rid of evidence, or
Objection calls for hearsay.
generally speaking, did you have that discussion?
You can ask what she said.
Judge, I would posit to the court that even what she is saying outside the court is also hearsay, Judge.
Ooh.
Did you engage in any discussions about getting rid of evidence?
Judge, objection as to the vague nature of the question.
Ooh.
Can you ask the question again?
Did you have any discussions with the Horn family about getting rid of evidence?
Christopher Horn Sr. was giving me instructions of how to get rid of evidence.
And
However, I did not follow them.
and was there a discussion about some of the evidence Cape Coral might be looking for?
I don't remember everything. I really
So,
don't
hold on
remember
one
everything.
second. As I said, as to what she said, you can ask. Otherwise, a sustained objection is hearsay. So you can ask what she said.
Did you also participate in the conversation with the Horn family?
I did.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay. Sure.
Did the Horn family offer to pay your legal fees?
Yes, they did.
Nothing further, Your
All
Honor.
right. Maybe you can step down.
Thank you.
Is she released or you want to keep her on subpoena?
I'm okay with this. She can be released so she can sit in the court.
Any objections? All right, you're released from your subpoena.
The state calls Frank Scarado. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong witness. The state calls Alejandro Martinez.
Yes, I believe they dropped all the charges on all the family except for obviously the son. He took a plea deal, but I believe they dropped all charges from what I can gather. His family offered to pay his legal fees. You go out. That's one of the things I do hate. Obviously, attorneys, both sides will always ask questions because they know it might be objected to, but no, but the jury hear everything. No, he's not testifying yet. And just to clarify something, he's been offered a 25-year plea deal. The judge hasn't agreed to that yet. His sentencing is 19th of May. So it's the 19th of May. It's his sentencing, and he's only going to get that deal if the state deemed that he has testified well enough, allegedly. So nothing's a sure thing. A judge could still rule more than 25 years for him. Mama Stein just said there was somewhat of conspiracy. That is part of the argument, yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Please introduce yourself to the jurors.
My name is Alex Martinez, or Alejandro Martinez. I'm the Hertz Corporation Corporate Security Manager.
And if you could spell your name for me, please. For the
That's
record.
A as in Alpha, Lejandro.
And Mr. Martinez, where do you work out of for Hertz?
My office is in Miami, Florida.
How long have you been with the Hertz Corporation?
In June will be 5 years.
What specifically do you do for them?
My title is Corporate Security Manager, but I'm more of an essence an investigator for the company. I have many tasks. I investigate both criminal and administrative acts that come from abroad, outside the company or within the company. I assist law enforcement. I attend court. I monitor our CCTV throughout all our locations, basically protect our company assets, employees, and buildings.
When you say CCTV, is that just like recorded video monitoring?
Yes, video recordings.
Now, is it common, you said you work in some criminal investigations for Hertz Company. Is it common that law enforcement will reach out to you regarding potential cars that may have been involved in cases they're working?
Yes, I do.
And do you also work with law enforcement when cars aren't returned or there's damage or there's some kind of criminal activity?
That is correct.
Did you have contact back in March of 2024 with someone from the Cape Coral Police Department?
Yes, I did.
And why did that person reach out to you?
I don't remember the detective's name, but
Objection,
advice
calls for hearsay.
It's not for the truth of the matter, sir, but the effect on the listener as to what he did.
Then she can ask the question.
The detective reach out to you. I'll let you make the.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
I'll say it and let you ask a further question.
Did a detective you said was Cape Coral Police Department reach out to you?
Yes,
And did you provide him some information that he requested you to provide?
yes, I did.
And were you given a specific vehicle tag to try to identify who it had been rented to?
Yes, I was.
And were you able to take that tag and determine who had rented the vehicle?
Yes, I did.
Your Honor, may I approach?
You may.
For the record, I'm showing Defense Counsel States Exhibit 18. Mr. Martinez, I'm going to have you look at State's Exhibit 18 and just tell me if you recognize them. I have a business record certification over the top, so I'll have you start with that.
Okay. Okay.
And were you able to determine who had rented, I think I asked you if you were able to determine who had rented that vehicle. Who was it that had rented the vehicle that the detective was calling about?
Jessica Stein.
And were you able to determine, now do those records accurately reflect the car that the detective was calling on?
Yes, they do.
Okay. And the Nissan Pathfinder the detective was calling about, had that already been returned when he called you?
Yes.
Okay. And so when it got returned, did Jessica Stein rent another vehicle?
Yes, she did.
And so is that vehicle that she rented reflected in those records?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And were you able to determine or give the detective information about when that vehicle was returned?
I looked in our video surveillance cameras that we have in all locations, and I gave them the time and date and provided video footage of the exchange.
And in that video footage, did it capture Jessica Stein coming into the lobby and returning that vehicle that she had rented?
Yes, it did.
And was that on March 18th of 2024 that she returned that vehicle?
Yes, it is.
And do those records, again, reflect the new vehicle that she ended up renting after returning the Nissan Pathfinder?
Yes.
Now, that Pathfinder that she rented, did that specific vehicle also have GPS data?
Yes, it does.
And can you just explain how that data works?
All our vehicles, depending on the fleet, 75% of our fleet have some sort of tracking data. Sometimes the company, we install our own tracking data, and sometimes depends on the make of the vehicle. That comes with its own tracking data, has GPS. If a vehicle has cellular phone number to it where you can pick Wi-Fi, we can also track through that number the vehicle.
And was this vehicle able to be tracked on March 17th?
Yes, I believe so.
And did you provide some initial GPS data to the detective about where that vehicle was on March 17th?
Yes, I did.
And did the detective end up following up with a search warrant to get all of the data, the GPS data, as well as the rental records and the video?
That is correct.
And so Hertz was able to provide all those records to that detective?
Yes, we did.
And did that end your involvement in this case?
Yes.
Do you have a moment, Your Honor?
You may.
At this time, the state tenders a witness.
Briefly, Judge, thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Martinez.
Good afternoon, sir.
In terms of your GPS technology that you have on these vehicles, 75% of your fleet has it?
I would roughly, I'm approximately 75% of our fleet, yes.
And so, depending on the make or model, can you tell how fast a vehicle is going at any particular time?
No, not live. No, I cannot.
So is it just a kind of like breadcrumbs that you get from where the car is?
That's correct. I would approximate every minute or so, it pings where the vehicle is.
So it wouldn't tell you if a vehicle stopped somewhere.
It will tell me if it stopped, it'll ping, and it'll show me like a history of how long the car's been at that location.
Right. So, but if the car stopped momentarily, like at a red light, and then it proceeded forward, it'll have the trail that it's been there, correct?
It is, if it's within that minute, those 60 seconds, and it's at that traffic light, yes, it will ping at that traffic light.
Okay. It'll ping at that traffic light, but it has to be within that particular window.
Yes,
It's reporting the satellite.
that's correct.
Nothing further, just thank you.
Nothing further. I ask that you be released.
Any objection?
Yes, sir.
You may step down and be released. Everybody in the jury doing okay? All right, call your next witness.
The state calls Frank Scarado.
All right, you go face the clerk and raise your right hand. She'll swear you in.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. You can take some. You proceed when you're ready.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please state your name for the record,
Frank Scarado,
and will you please spell your last name for the record?
Scarlato,
Where are you employed?
Cape Coral Police Department.
How long have you been with Cape Coral?
Just over 10 years.
What is your current role?
I am a detective with the SIU units.
And what is that? What unit is that?
We work with the Investigations Bureau and assist with their investigations in whatever capacity they need assistance with.
What type of education do you have?
I have a college degree,
What is your degree?
bachelor's degree
And what
in
is it?
business management.
And have you had further training and experience to actually be a law enforcement officer since you've been at Cape Coral PD?
Yes.
Were you working on March 17th of 2024?
Yes, I was on call that night.
And when you were on call, does that mean you were at your home? And if anything would happen, you would get called out of your home to come into a scene?
Correct.
Did you get called out that night to a scene?
I did.
What was the nature of the call?
It was a shooting.
Did you have any further information before you got to the scene?
I was previously on a call before I heard this come out on the radio. And once I heard that call, I responded directly to that scene with the initial officers.
So were you at home when you got the call, or you actually already had been called out to another scene?
I was actually on another scene at the time, clearing that, and I heard this call come over the radio.
How far away was the scene that you were clearing from the place where the shots were fired?
Less than a few minutes away. I was running lights and sirens the whole time, so it was not very far.
Where did you respond when you got, what was the address or the location of you responding to the shots fired?
The 2000 block of Southeast 16th Place. Cape Coral.
Was that Lee County, Florida?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know approximately what time that call came in?
The call initially came in approximately at 9:36
Okay. And about,
p.m. Sorry,
do you know what time you actually arrived on scene?
very shortly thereafter. I don't know the specific time.
Describe to the jurors the scene when you arrived.
It was pretty chaotic. There was several folks in the area. 2 vehicles had stopped with multiple individuals there trying to assist with whatever way possible that they could. I had the victim lying on the ground at the intersection next to the stop sign, and 2 of her friends were there, also victims that we later identified as, trying to give me as much information as possible. I was not wearing uniform. I was wearing my detective clothes, like regular tactical pants and polo. So I didn't necessarily look like a police officer at the time, other than the badge and the gun. But everybody was just trying to give information. So it was very chaotic at first until we were able to calm it down several minutes later.
And so at that point, had the scene been secured?
No, not at that point.
So were there civilians and law enforcement and people that were kind of wandering about, trying to assist, trying to help?
Yes.
At some point, did the scene get secured?
Yes, it did.
You know about how long after you arrived that it was secured?
It was a good bit of time before I got there. Like I said, there were several people there. And then initially, like I said, I was the 3rd officer on scene there. And then as more officers were coming in, trying to direct them in ways that we needed assistance at that particular time. So I would say probably about an hour or so before it was actually, comfortable saying that we're good here and that it was all secured.
And was there the area that was secured, did it involve not only where the victim was lying, but also the roadways around it?
Yes.
About how big of a scene would you say that was cordoned off with crime scene tape?
Initially, I would say it was about two blocks, 2 city blocks.
Okay. And you mentioned that there was a victim on scene. Did you learn who that victim was?
I did.
And who was it?
Her name was Kayla Rincon-Miller.
And Did you also try to assist with aid, or were there enough people already assisting her?
I did. When I first responded to the scene, like I said, I was the third one there. As I got there, Officer Houlihan was running back to his vehicle to grab another med kit. And he explained to me that the situation, in his opinion, didn't look very good, and that he suggested that if I wanted to get any information from Ms. Rincon-Miller, to do it as quickly as I possibly could. So while I was there, I did assist with trying to make sure that the medical chest seal was securely fastened to her chest and to her lower back, as we found an entry and exit one.
And were you able to get any information of value from Kayla?
No.
Was she still responding in some way, shape, or fashion when you were talking to her?
Yes, she was.
And was her responses, were you able to understand what she was saying?
When I specifically asked her something to the effect of, who did this to you? Do you know who was involved, or anything like that? She said no. And then just kind of after that was mostly just her groaning from being shot.
About how long were you there till EMS arrived and took over?
It was a couple of minutes. I would say less than 10. To be specific, I wouldn't be able to give you.
And did they end up taking her to the hospital?
Yes.
And while you were on scene, did you learn that she'd been pronounced deceased?
Yes.
And do you know about what time it was that she was pronounced?
11:35 p.m.
And you said the call came out at 9:36?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, after she was taken away, did you continue to try to investigate and find out what happened?
Yes, I did.
And did you speak to some other people on scene that were present when Kayla was shot?
I did.
And I want to start with, if you could just tell the jurors the names of those people that you spoke with.
Sure. I spoke with Ms. Luandeja and Ms. Emma Wright.
And did you speak with them right away to try to get information from them so you could try to figure out who did it, what type of vehicle they may have been, all of that basic information?
Within a few moments, yeah. Miss Miller had been departed at that point to the hospital. And then once it was more secure of the scene, then I got as much information out to the officers who were responding as I possibly could.
I want to start with Emma Wright. Describe her demeanor.
She was very frantic, pretty all over the place with her explanations of the description of who was there and what kind of vehicles, things of that nature.
I'm going to object this if you're saying the best evidence.
You approach.
I was asking you, you spoke to Emma, right? And were you able to get some information that you were able to put out over the radio to try to begin tracking the car, tracking who may have been involved?
Yes.
And did you also speak to, you said you spoke to Luann DeJeff,
Yes.
and what was Luann's demeanor?
Also pretty hysterical. Obviously, her friend had just been shot, and same basically as Ms. Wright.
So you had to get whatever you could to try to get it out over the radio.
Initially, yes.
And were you working with other detectives and other officers to try to gather further information about the car, license plate, cameras, etc.?
Yes.
Just tell the jurors what sort of your team was doing at this point in the investigation.
So at this point, I had asked for the assistance of the other officers and detectives in the area to canvass the area for video footage. This being a Sunday at this point, 10:30 at night, there were really no businesses that were open or anything like that. And every camera that was on a residence in the area turned out to be essentially not the greatest information that we could have possibly received from those cameras in the area.
Okay. And were those cameras reviewed to see if there'd be any information on it or anything that could lend to your investigation?
Yes, from what cameras that we did find in that area, we did review all the footage and everything from those cameras in the neighborhood, and there was nothing on that. So.
Were you later able to get some cameras from some businesses once they opened?
Yes.
And did you have the chance to review video footage collected from St. Vincent's?
Yes, I did.
And the St. Vincent's camera, where was that in relation to this crime scene?
So it was just the back of St. Vincent's is just south of the intersection by, I believe it's 2 streets south of the intersection of the crime scene.
So what was it that you were able to view on the video of significance to the investigation?
So the camera footage shows the 3 victims walking northbound on 16th Place. And then it shows a vehicle coming southbound to then make a U-turn into the parking lot, using the front of the parking lot to just make a U-turn on 16th Place and then travel back northbound.
And was this vehicle able to be determined through work from Ellen Prezy?
Yes.
And were those that video of St. Vincent, was that submitted into evidence, and once you were able to review it and see that it was relevant?
Yes, ma'am.
Was there anything else of value from the St. Vincent's videos?
Yeah, time-stamped on the video at 9:33, you hear what appears to be a single gunshot.
And is that the sound of one gunshot, is that the only shot that we hear on any of the cameras?
Yes.
Now, was there also video collected at a dermatology center?
There was.
And what did that camera capture, if anything?
That showed the same vehicle that initially made the U-turn at St. Vincent's, later traveling southbound at a very high rate of speed.
And did you have a chance to strike that? Were there other businesses that videos were collected from and that were looked through to see if there'd be any relevant information?
Yes.
And was there anything significant on any of those videos near the crime scene?
No, ma'am, not significant.
Was there any actual video that would have captured that intersection where Kayla was shot?
No.
Now, once Detective Allen Prezy identified the car and through the license plate reader and was able to associate it with Hertz Rental Company, did you do anything in response?
Yes, I did.
And what did you do with the information that, I guess it's Sergeant Allen Prezy gave to you?
Yes. So this would have been the next day that we found this information. And what I did was I ascertained from many of the detectives if they had any sort of contacts with Hertz Rental Company. One of them did, and he passed along the phone number to me. I made contact with Mrs. Martinez and from Hertz, and we essentially got that information through him.
And that Alejandro Martinez, did you end up getting some basic information regarding GPS data of where that Nissan Pathfinder was the night Kayla was shot.
Yes.
And what information were you able to get from that Hertz data?
It gave me the plotted points of essentially where the car was at any given moment.
And from the plotted points that you got, were you able to see that that Nissan Pathfinder had indeed been on the scene where Kayla was shot?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you follow up with a search warrant to get all of the records of the rental and those GPS data so you can know where the GPS of the Pathfinder was leading up to the murder, during the murder, and after the murder?
Yes, ma'am.
And you said you reached out to Mr. Martinez on the 18th.
Yes.
And do you know about what time you reached out to him during that day?
It would have been sometime before lunch, I believe.
And at that point, when you reached out to him, had Jessica Stein already returned that Nissan Pathfinder that was at the scene of the murder?
Yes.
Had it already been rented out to somebody else, in fact?
By the time we realized that, yes, it had been.
Now, once you found out that it was rented out to somebody by the name of Jessica Stein, did you conduct further search of that?
I did.
And what kind of search did you do?
I searched through the Florida David system to see any information I could find on Miss Stein, and I was able to find some other individuals living at the same residence that was listed on her driver's license.
And were you, when you got that information, was the people that were living with her, were you able to go through those people and look further into those people?
Yes.
And you mentioned on scene you got some descriptions from both victims, from Emma Wright and Luann Deja.
I did.
And were you able to compare their description to the people associated with Jessica Stein?
Yes.
And did one of those people match that description?
Yes.
And who was that?
Thomas Roy Stein.
And now, there also were license plate readers that were able to track that Nissan Pathfinder. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And were those records pulled to figure out where the Nissan Pathfinder was traveling that night?
Yes.
Now, at this time, the state would move 15F, which were just recently identified. There's a notice of intent to rely upon business record certification.
And you sure that's the defense?
Yes, this is the one that we just showed. Identification, I'm sorry. These are the business records of the license plate readers.
Are you moving those in?
Yes.
I'm sorry, was there any objection?
No.
All right, they'll be admitted. And that's the state's exhibit what?
15F.
Thank you.
Now, I think I asked about the GPS getting all that data. Did someone from your agency, were they able to plot that GPS data from the Nissan Pathfinder to create mapping of where that Pathfinder was the entire day,
Yes.
March 17th, as well as to the time it was returned?
Sorry, yes.
Did you also conduct an interview of Jessica Stein?
I did.
And was, throughout the course of your investigation, was Thomas Stein eventually detained and arrested?
He was.
And did you collect a phone from him?
I did.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yeah.
For the record, I'm showing Defense Counsel State's Exhibit 25. Let's take a look and tell me if you recognize that exhibit. And what do you recognize that exhibit to be?
The phone that I took from the vehicle from Mrs. Stein.
And if you could just turn that over. Is this the phone belonging to Thomas Stein that was put on the sticker as well as your name, as well as your name that you collected from Thomas Stein?
Yes.
Was this a forensic analysis done of this phone and having it downloaded, the contents of the phone?
Yes, it was.
Or at this time, the state would move 25 into evidence.
Any objection?
No, sir.
Be admitted.
You mentioned a download was done. If you could just explain just generally what a Celebrate download is.
Generally, I'm not a professional with the program, but you essentially get all the information as far as photos, pictures, photos, videos, data as far as phone calls received, text messages received, things along that nature.
And was there a Celebrate download that was able to be done of Thomas Stein's phone?
Yes.
And was that further out analyzed by you and other detectives?
Yes.
And at this time, the state would move 25 into evidence
Right, any objection?
per stipulation by defense of the Celebrate download.
No objection?
No, sir.
Be admitted.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say 25? 25's already been introduced. It would be 20A.
20A. Without objection.
Did you also collect the phone that belonged to Kayla Rincon-Miller?
I did.
And were there some videos and photographs that were taken that night of her walking and selfies?
Yeah, in the video from St. Vincent's, you actually see Miss Miller on her phone with the flashlight as they were walking.
And did you collect that from the scene?
Yes, I did.
Through your investigation, did you learn of someone by the name of Jaden Fernandez?
I did.
And was his phone also seized as part of the investigation?
It was.
And was he in fact an initial suspect in the case?
Yes.
May I approach her?
You may.
For the record, I'm showing State's Exhibit 22. I'm going to have you look first at the label and then at the inside and tell me if you recognize it. What do you recognize this exhibit to be?
The phone that I took from Mr. Fernandez.
Can you all speak up a little louder?
Sorry about that. The phone that I took from Mr. Fernandez.
All right, this time the state would enter State's Exhibit 22 into evidence.
Any objection?
No, sir.
Be admitted.
Did Jaden Fernandez willingly give you his phone when you interviewed him?
Yes.
And was it passcode protected?
I believe it was, yes.
And did he provide the passcode so that you would be able to get into it and download it?
Yes, ma'am.
And was a Celebrate download of his phone as well?
Yes.
Now, were you able to review the contents of Jaden Fernandez's phone?
I did.
And did you review it through the Celebrate report or just physically going through his phone?
Both.
And based on your review of his phone, did you do any follow-up investigation?
Yeah, there was some videos found of interest on that.
Okay. And was there any video of Jaden Fernandez holding a firearm?
I'm sorry, can you repeat it?
Yes. Were there any videos on Jaden Fernandez's video of a firearm that was of interest to you?
Yes.
Okay. And what were you able to do with that video?
We were essentially able to slow the video down enough where we were able to obtain a serial number from the firearm.
Okay. And what did you do with that serial number from the firearm?
That information was passed along to ATF to run a trace on the firearm. Sorry.
And what were you able to learn through that trace that was done on the firearm?
That the purchaser was Mrs. Stein.
And were you able to obtain the records from that firearms purchase?
From ATF, yes.
And was those records, was it for a Glock Model 27 pistol?
It was.
And was that was the one that you observed in this video?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to approach and show you State's Exhibit 20. I'm approaching and showing you State's Exhibit 20, and this is the Celebrate download, and were you able to review the Celebrate download as well as Jaden's phone to find some things of relevance?
Yes.
And at this time, the state, per stipulation by defense, would move the Celebrate download of Jaden Fernandez, which is State Exhibit 20 with evidence.
Okay, any objection?
No.
All right, with the admitting, can I just see the, Mr. Please. Okay, can you all approach just 1 second?
For the record, I'm showing defense counsel has been marked as State Exhibit 23. Detective Scarado, I'm showing you State's Exhibit 23. Do you recognize this exhibit?
I do.
Or would you recognize this exhibit to be?
The video that was retrieved from Mr. Fernandez's.
If you could speak up louder, I
Sorry.
appreciate it.
The video that we got from Mr. Fernandez's cell phone.
And in this cell phone video, who is on the video?
Mr. Fernandez and Mr. Stein.
And is this the video that has a firearm that you were able to trace back to Jessica Stein, the Glock 27?
Yes.
And does it fairly and accurately represent the video that you saw and that you used to get that serial number?
Yes, ma'am.
At this time, the state would move 23 into evidence.
Any objection?
No, Judge.
All right, be admitted.
Permission to publish?
You may.
Move.
I'm sorry?
Permission to move out of court.
Yes.
Mayor, show defense counsel states exhibit 16B and now showing Detective Scarado 16B. Do you recognize this exhibit?
I do.
And what do you recognize this exhibit to be?
The still photo from the video that we just played.
And this firearm that we see in Thomas Stein's hand, is that the one that you were able to trace back as being the Glock 27 purchased by his mother, Jessica Stein?
Yes, ma'am.
And was this also the gun that was missing after the night of the murder?
Yes.
Permission to publish, Your Honor?
You may.
Judge, was that introduced?
Wait, don't publish yet.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, at this time, the state would move 16B into evidence.
Any objection?
No, sir.
All right, be admitted.
Permission to
Thank you.
publish.
Yes.
That's 24, Judge?
It is 16B, 23 was the video.
So that would be exhibit.
16, would you say B is in?
As in boy. Were you involved in writing numerous search warrants for this investigation?
I was.
Can you just tell the jurors generally what type of search warrants and well, first of all, let's ask you this, about how many search warrants did you write for this case?
Over 20.
And what types of search warrants or information were you seeking?
So I did cell phone search warrants. I did cell phone data search warrants. I did social media search warrants, DNA, things along that line.
And the cell phone information, what type of information were you trying to get from the cell tower providers?
So the cell tower providers give a bunch of information on cell phones that were in a specific area at any given time. And that was the information that I had requested from the 3 major carriers in Southwest Florida.
And were you attempting to determine what towers the phones are paying off leading up to and during the murder from various individuals?
Yes,
And were tower records written for Jaden Fernandez?
there were.
Were tower records written for Jessica Stein?
Yes,
Were tower records search warrants written for Thomas Stein
yes,
and for Christopher Horn Jr.?
yes.
Were there also warrants that were written for other numbers associated with both Christopher Horn Jr. and Thomas Stein based on communications in Thomas Stein's phone?
Yes.
Now, shortly after this investigation, did you go out on medical leave?
I did.
And when you went out on medical leave, was your case handed over to Detective Michael Lassalandra?
Yes, it was.
Did he then continue on with the investigation from what you had done?
Yes, it was. I had worked the case for approximately a week before going out on medical leave, and then I transitioned to more of a, in the office type of role.
And so once you are on medical leave, you would just assist with further search warrants or further things that would need to be written.
Yes, it was an administrative search warrant type role at that point.
You have a moment, Your Honor? I have nothing further for Detective Scarado and tender him as a witness.
All right. Sure.
Good afternoon, sir.
So you actually went to the scene of the crime that evening, the night that it occurred, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you were there when the victims were there?
Yes,
You were there when Emma Wright was there?
I was.
You were there when Luann Desjai was there?
Yes, sir.
Isn't it true that Emma Wright never claims the driver was a person that shot her friend, Kayla Rincon-Miller?
Yes.
Were you able to prepare one of the Cellbrite reports for Christopher Horn Jr.'s phone?
I'm sorry, was I?
Able to get one of those Cellbrite reports for Christopher Horn Jr.'s phone?
No,
He's the co-defendant in this case?
correct.
Why?
Why?
Yes.
We were able to put him there through the records, not through Celebrite.
Right, but do you have a Cellbrite report for Christopher Horn Jr.'s phone?
I do not. Celebrite is different than the actual carrier information. Celebrite is the physical phone itself. The carrier information is what gives us from the phone.
All right, so correct me if I'm wrong, but you would actually have to have the physical phone from Christopher Horn Jr. in order to do a download.
To do a Celebrite download.
Yes.
Yes,
And did you have his phone?
No.
Is that the reason why you didn't do a Cellbrite report?
correct.
The image that we saw from the state still, came back to a Glock Model 27?
Yes, sir.
That's okay. Do you know to any degree of scientific certainty what caliber weapon was used to murder Kayla Rincon-Miller?
No.
And to be clear, the phone records, when you collect them, indicate the location of a cell phone, not a person.
That's correct.
So if I lift that cell phone that was just ringing in my car where it probably belongs, it would show the location of being in the car.
Show the general area based off of the hit from the cell tower.
Right.
Yes,
And so it would triangulate from one of the three sides from the tower, right?
correct.
Just if I can have a moment.
Okay.
Going back to the night of the murder, when you appeared on scene and Luann Desjai were there and Emma Wright was there, you took a statement from Emma Wright, is that correct?
Yes.
Was that recorded?
Yes.
How, with a body worn camera?
No, with an audio recorder.
So just like one of those old school little micro cassettes?
Yeah. Yes.
Did you ever ask her who she thought shot her friend?
To be honest with you right now, I wouldn't be able to answer that. I don't think so.
Would reading a transcript from that recording refresh your recollection?
Yes.
Again,
first, Judge?
You may.
It's on the second last page.
Second to last page.
You just do me a favor, read that area that's highlighted, the circle next to it.
This?
and
To
then-
yourself.
Gotcha.
To yourself, and then look at me when you're done.
Okay.
Does that refresh your recollection?
Yes.
Did she say that it was the driver that shot her friend?
No.
Would she claim that shot her friend?
Someone that was wearing all black and a red hoodie.
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Just briefly, Your Honor. Detective Scarado, I forgot to show you a few exhibits. When we were talking about the Hertz rental car. I'm going to show you 17 A, B, and C and tell me if you recognize that.
Yes, this is the Pathfinder.
And I'm showing you these exhibits 18A and B.
Yes, this is the GPS from the Pathfinder from Hertz and the footage of Miss Stein returning the Pathfinder to the business.
And for 17A, B, and C, were you able to get that Pathfinder back from the person who rented it after Jessica Stein?
Yes,
And was there a search warrant done and the car searched?
it was.
And between the time that Jessica Stein rented it and somebody new rented it, had it been cleaned out by Hertz?
Yes.
And at this time, the state will move 17A, 17B, and 17C into evidence.
Any objections?
No, Judge.
All right, be admitted.
And then the state would also introduce 18A, which is the video of Jessica Stein returning the Pathfinder, and 18B, which is the GPS data from the Pathfinder.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Be admitted.
And permission to publish 17A, B, and C.
Okay.
Showing 17A, is that just the side view of the Nissan Pathfinder?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing 17B, is that the back of the Nissan Pathfinder?
It is.
And showing 17C, is that just a close-up of the license plate?
Yes, ma'am.
And was that the license plate that you tracked through the license plate reader through the time of the murder?
Yes, it was.
Nothing further.
Well, we won't say. Anything else?
No, sir.
All right. You
Apologize.
step down and is he released?
I would ask you remain under subpoena.
So you stand under subpoena, sir.
Yes, sir.
How's everybody in the jury doing? Want a break? So we'll take about a 10-minute recess, come back here at 3 o'clock. I'll send you back to the jury. That was a good signal. All right. The record reflects the jury's exited the courtroom. We'll be in recess until 3 o'clock.
Well, I heard that you might be in a mood, so I am not going to mess with a woman who might be in a mood. Is this break? Yes, it's break, but we're going to skip it all. Skippity-doo-dah, skippity-day. My, oh my, what a beautiful day. I'll skip it for a few more minutes because we're about 2 minutes behind. They tried to rob them. So they went around and then got out and said, give us all your money. So I presume it was because they were going around trying to rob places, initially, allegedly trying to like open car doors, then trying to steal money. So That's what I believe it is. So, here it is. Merry Christmas. Dave Hamburger says robbery as well. There you go. Dave, I know you're not happy about the screen, Dave, but we're not missing anything, David. So you'll be fine. We're not missing pretty much anything. It's different if there was video of the actual shooting and stuff like that, but it's not. So you'll be okay, Dave. You'll be okay. You know. I don't know if it's scientifically proven, but I do find that meat, almonds, spinach, and vitamin B helps a little for me, or is that just on my head? However, I do find it kind of helpful in that. Oh, we're still talking about periods. Okay, we're still talking about periods. Okay, thank you, lovely. Wow, sad, especially because those kids didn't even have the money to buy tickets. So, yeah, it's very sad. They had zero money. I think that the victim herself, they had to sneak her into the cinema because she literally couldn't afford it, you know. Wow. Just makes you know, there's no words. There's no words here whatsoever. B12, I'm not sure what B12 is, but it sounds good to me. If it makes you happy, then I take plenty of it. Right. Let me check the Jason Mead one, see where we're at with that, and then we'll get back to this trial. Just want to give you a couple of seconds just to get your thoughts together. To see if there's anything else that you need to add in. I'll play you here for a second. It's playing now, so enjoying the stream, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. Or just like Sarah P says, welcome everyone and thanks for joining. Please hit the like, subscribe, notification bell on the way in. Also, if you would like to, let me pause in for a second. If you'd like to support the channel and support me for being a legend, for doing 4 streams a day for you nosy bitches, and hey, I'm not one to complain, then, obviously best way to support me and the channel is through PayPal or buy me a coffee. Never required, but always appreciated, considering I am an absolute legend. Right. Let's get back. This kid may have to live his life in prison over what? Practically nothing. So senseless. Agreed. Preach, Sarah P. Sarah P. Preach for the stars. Climb every mountain higher, please. Just be nice to your spouse. It's not his fault you have thoughts of murder. Oh, right. I got you. Let's do transition, shall we?
Sarah P, Sarah P, Sarah P, 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 Sarah P, Sarah P, Sarah P is lovely.
And nasty to me. Right, here we go.
All right, let the record reflect State's President Defense Counsel, the defendant are present. Are we ready to bring the jury back in?
It's a 30-second term.
Okay.
I'm sending a text about something I need from the office.
All right, let's bring it back in.
Motherfucker. What a piece of shit. I was saying, I was actually trying to be nice and going, as long as spouse has snacks, they should be fine. Spouses should always have snacks, I was saying, because your other half should always have snacks ready for any occasion. When I can hear my husband chewing, it's his fault. And I agree, because chewing loudly is not always the nicest thing, so it is his fault. I'm just going to agree with all you ladies now. So, oh my God. Muted what? I'm a dickhead sometimes. I'm a dickhead sometimes. Proceed with what you say. I was. So I was about to be added to that husband list. You see, I'll just be nice to all you women, and it fucking backfired. Right, here we go. And the worst thing is, I'd never notice it either. It's only when I look over, I'm like,
All right, please be seated. Statement call the next witness.
The state calls Frank Scarado.
tomorrow is another day, Lady Di. Let me just tell you. You've had a bad day today, Lady Di, and yeah, I will be nice to you because you've had a bad day. But tomorrow, the gloves are off. The gloves are off. And you are back at...
Guess what? You're a bitch.
And if I see Bex back in here, you know what's going to happen.
You're a cunt.
You're a cunt.
You're a cunt. You're a cunt. You're a cunt. You're a cunt. You're a cunt. You're a cunt.
Right, here we go. And I don't want to hear any of this, like, you know, things about anything I say. I don't want anyone to start...
Objection, Your Honor. Lack of foundation, calls for speculation. Unintelligible. I don't understand.
No objections tomorrow. Tough shit. It's game on tomorrow. I'll be in a good day tomorrow. I'm having Starbucks pistachio lattes tomorrow, so I'll be in a good mood tomorrow.
As soon as I let you go, you mentioned...
I was going to say, is this the same guy? It is. That's why.
That you got the business records of the rental agreement with Jessica Stein.
Yes.
At this time, the state would move State's Exhibit 18 into evidence. I've showed defense counsel it's the same business
Any
records.
objection? No, sir. All right, be admitted.
Now, you also mentioned that you did some search warrants of social media accounts. Was one of those accounts the Instagram account that was being used by Thomas Stein?
Yes.
And were you able to find a video of significance from that Instagram that had been posted?
Yes.
And may I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
Showing defense counsel State's Exhibit 24. Do you recognize this exhibit?
Yes.
And how do you recognize this exhibit?
My initials and badge number.
And is this the copy of the video that was posted to Thomas Stein's Instagram account?
Yes.
And approximately what time was this video posted to his account in relation to the murder?
Approximately 8:30, which would have been about an hour before.
Yeah, at this time, the state would introduce 24 and ask permission to publish.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Be admitted.
Relocate.
Sorry?
Permission to relocate.
Yeah.
What you want, Kalina? What you want, JJ? Hold up. Turn up. Hey, I'm up about this bitch. I'll leave it this way.
That was tough to listen to, just for some soothing tones.
Hippie chick, Marky C, Spacey Stacy, walking those streets all night. You go, ladies and Marky, go have some fun now. Let's go, girls.
I don't need it. It's only audio. It's not like there's nothing happening. It's just audio. So I don't need it. I disagree. So just to be rude to all of you, I would disagree. Fuck it. Oh, I'm not sure. I agree with Lady Di, actually. I agree, Lady Di. There she is.
And nothing further. I asked if you
Well, let him cross-examine. Yes.
Who was that in the red hoodie?
That was Christopher Horn Jr.
Who's that holding the gun?
Christopher Horn Jr.
You know what kind of gun that was?
I don't.
Anything in your investigation leading to a secondary gun of a 1911?
Yes,
45 caliber?
I believe so.
Like brother Judge.
You can step out. Would you like him to remain under subpoena still?
Yes, please.
Are you still under subpoena?
Yes, sir.
It's still under arrest.
The state calls Michael Lassalandra.
Clerk, and raise your right hand.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Please introduce yourself to the jurors.
Detective Michael Lassalandra, Cape Coral Police Department.
Detective, will you please spell your last name?
Lassalandra.
How long have you been employed with Cape Coral Police Department?
About 6 years.
What is your current assignment with them?
I'm a detective in Violent Crimes Unit.
Do you have prior experience as a law enforcement officer?
Yes,
Where is your previous experience?
in New Jersey.
And what were you in New Jersey?
I was a patrol officer for 6 years and a detective for about 20, 21 years.
So in total, how long have you been a law enforcement officer?
About 31, 32 years.
Tell the jurors about your training and experience that you've had to do what you do.
I began my career in the police academy. After the police academy, went to different specialized training, interview and interrogation.
Can you do me a favor, just put that mark, push it down, and then that way we speak more directly into it, and just speak up a little bit louder for me, please.
Interview and interrogation training, narcotics training, training in investigating homicides and deaths, investigations, training related to stolen property, robbery. Over the years, I've been to quite a bit of training.
Now, were you working on March 17th of 2024?
Yes.
And were you actually at the station, or did you get called in for a case?
No, I was called in.
And what was the reason you were called in?
There was a report of an individual that had been shot during a robbery on the east side of Cape Coral.
When you got called in, had that person already died, or were they still alive?
They had been transported to trauma center, and I met with Sergeant Courtwright on the scene.
Do you know about what time you got to the scene?
I would think about maybe 11 o'clock.
So was that over an hour, about an hour and a half after that that initial call came out?
Yes.
So when you arrived, was the victim still on scene?
No.
And the victim was at Kayla Rincon-Miller?
Yes.
Did you ever see her or meet her when she was alive?
No.
Describe what the scene was like when you arrived.
When I arrived, the officer said the street blocked off north and south, and I parked my car south of the crime scene, walked up, and met with Sergeant Courtwright briefly.
And you said the street was blocked off. In order to enter that scene that was roped off, did you have to enter your name in some type of crime scene log?
There was an officer taking names in crime scene log, yes.
And at that point, were they letting any non-officers come into the scene?
No, I don't believe so.
When you arrived, were any other victims present?
There were 2 female victims that had been taken off to a side street with Sergeant Courtwright and Detective Scarado.
And were they interviewed about what they knew or what they saw?
Yes.
And were you involved at all in that interview with them?
No.
Now, what was your purpose in meeting with Sergeant Courtwright?
For an assignment to ask me what he needed, what he wanted me to do.
What is it that you began to do after meeting with him?
He asked to begin to look for any video surveillance in and around the crime scene.
Were you able to locate any video surveillance?
There's a BP gas station that's south of where the crime occurred. It's actually on Del Prado Boulevard, and they were one of the only open businesses, and they allowed me, myself and Detective Hicks, who also arrived, to review their video cameras.
Ultimately, was there anything of relevance that you were able to find on that BP gas station video?
No.
Now, during this initial investigation, was Detective Frank Scarado the lead detective?
Yes.
And at some point, did he go out on medical leave and the investigation was turned over to you?
Yes.
Now, even though it was turned over to you later on, did you take an active role in helping with the investigation even prior to you becoming lead?
Yes.
Was this an all hands on deck investigation?
Yes.
Approximately how many people would you say from Cape Coral Police Department were involved?
At least 20.
And were people all just assigned various roles to try to assist the detectives in determining who was involved?
Yes.
And during your investigation, were you looking for multiple suspects?
Yes.
And was that based on the numbers that the girls gave in the interview as to how many people they believe got out of the car?
Yes.
And did you go in with any sort of fixed ideas about what may have happened or may not have happened?
No.
What was your goal from the beginning of this investigation?
To try to follow the evidence, facts, and information in the case.
And did you end up being involved in an interview with Jaden Fernandez?
Yes.
And did you have information early on that he had been with Thomas Stein the night of the murder?
Yes.
Was he initially a potential suspect in the case, just based on his proximity with the defendant?
Yes.
How soon after the murder did that interview of Jaden Fernandez take place?
There was a primary interview conducted later on the night of the 19th of March, just after or during a search warrant being conducted at the defendant's house.
When you say the defendant, who are you referring to?
Tom Stein.
And do you see the defendant sitting here in court today?
Yes.
Would you just please point to and identify an article of clothing he's wearing?
A young man in gray suit and blue shirt.
Let the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant.
Also reflect.
Now, you said on March 19th, so that was 2 days after the murder that you interviewed Jaden Fernandez.
Yes.
And was anyone present with him when you interviewed him?
His mother, Mercy Lawrence.
And did his mother provide any information to you that indicated Fernandez was at home during the time of the murder?
Yes.
And what information did she provide to you?
She indicated personally that she had seen him there and that she had Life 360 on her phone and his phone, and provided some information, myself and Sergeant Costa, who was there, of the location of his phone at the time.
And can you just generally describe to the jurors what is Life 360?
Just an app that you can put on your phone to determine the location of someone else's phone that's also on the same app.
And did they also have video cameras that they were able to show you regarding his comings and goings that evening?
Yes.
Now, did you also get phone records of Jaden Fernandez?
Yes.
And were those able to be analyzed to see where his phone was during this time?
Yes.
And the phone records, were those tower data records?
Yes.
And our tower data, if you could just explain generally, what are cell tower data? Like what is that?
Cell tower data location is generally your phone communicates with the nearest tower closest to the phone, gives a general vicinity of the device and as it relates to where the tower is.
Okay. And the records that you got of Jaden Fernandez, were those able to be further analyzed by Destiny Robovo with your office?
Yes.
And is she part of your intelligence unit at Cape Coral Police Department?
Yes.
And was it able to be determined where his phone was during the time of the murder?
Yes.
And where was that?
In the vicinity of his residence.
Now, was his phone seized and downloaded?
Yes.
And a report was created by all that data?
Yes.
Did you and Detective Scarado both have the chance to review all the content on Jaden Fernandez's phone?
Yes.
Was there anything that you found on the phone that you believed was significant to the investigation?
There was a number of photos depicting he and Thomas Stein with firearms, pistols.
Was there also an image that showed them both in a Nissan Pathfinder dated Saturday, March 16th of 2024?
Yes.
And based on finding all this, well, first of all, let me track back. Did Jaden Fernandez give you his phone when you did that first interview on March 19th?
He actually provided it to Detective Scarado.
Okay. And so after you got that phone, did you then do a follow-up investigation or a second interview of Jaden Fernandez?
Yes.
Did you, and during that interview, did you show him these photographs and videos that you found on his phone and question him about them?
Yes.
Now, did you also have the chance to review a download of Thomas Stein's phone?
Yes.
And did you review that through the Celebrate download or through looking at his actual phone?
Celebrate.
And were you able to find anything of relevance from the night of the murder in Thomas Stein's download?
Nothing as far as photographs or images.
Okay. What about any text messages?
There were text messages between he and Christopher Horn.
Now, this Christopher Horn, did you have to write some search warrants and get some information about the phone number to show that that belonged to Christopher Horn, the person he was communicating with?
Yes.
Okay. And what kind of messages were between Thomas Stein and Christopher Horn?
Generally, there were text messages. There were also some Instagram messaging in group chats and telephone calls.
And did you ever view any specific message that Christopher Horn sent to Thomas Stein shortly before the murder?
Yes.
And what was that message?
At approximately 7:55 p.m., there was a message providing an address in West Creek Circle in North Fort Myers.
And what was that? Who was that message from that was giving that address at West Creek Circle?
It was from Christopher Horn.
And was there any additional communication that you saw via text message between Christopher Horn and Thomas Stein?
Between 7:55 and approximately 8:16, there was several text messages back and forth.
And what were these text messages? What did they purport to be?
They provided, and it started off providing an address, and then some back and forth about where you're at. I'm pulling up, along those lines.
Were you ever able to get any video that corroborated the two of them getting together that night?
Yes.
And where was that video from?
There was a ring camera or residential surveillance video from a resident of West Creek Circle.
And were you able to get that from the resident and review it?
Yes.
And what were you able to see on that video?
What appeared to be the Nissan Pathfinder driving down the street, and Christopher Horn running up to the Pathfinder and getting into it.
What part of the car did Christopher Horn get into?
The video appeared that he first went to get in the back seat and then came around to the passenger side and got into the front seat.
And did these images you saw, this video you saw, did it correspond with those text messages between Thomas Stein and Christopher Horn?
Yes.
And was that video given to Destiny Robovo to put that into a presentation to show all that?
Yes.
You mentioned there were other messaging, some other messaging you saw in Thomas Stein's phone that you reviewed. Did you investigate any numbers in that phone to find out who those numbers were associated with?
Yes.
And how was that conducted, that investigation?
Initially, the phone numbers and Instagram messaging sources or owners, their information was obtained either by warrant or subpoena. The phone numbers associated with these people that were acquainted with Thomas Stein, their phones, search warrants were done on their phones for historical tower data. This is relative to the Instagram. The account holder information was obtained to identify them.
The tower data that you got through either a search warrant or subpoena of those phone numbers in Thomas Stein's phone, was that analyzed to see if any of those phones were at or near the crime scene during the time of the murder?
Yes.
And were you able to put any phones associated with those people in Thomas Stein's phone at or near the scene?
No.
And did you also conduct interviews with those people?
Yes.
Now, you talked about Instagram. Could you just describe the type of social media platform that Instagram is?
Very popular social media platform that contains options for messaging, sending messages, making phone calls to people either individually or in a group.
Does Instagram also allow you to post videos or photographs that other people can see?
Yes.
And this messaging that was through Instagram, did you get that through a search warrant from Instagram?
Yes.
And was that from Thomas Stein's Instagram account?
Yes.
And what did you do when you saw the messaging that was going on with Thomas Stein and others?
Obtain the information on the other individual users.
And so did you get those usernames and associate the accounts with it through Instagram?
Yes.
And did you also conduct interviews with some of those people that you were able to associate with the usernames involved in the messaging with Thomas Stein?
Yes.
And did you conduct interviews with some of those people?
Yes.
Now, were there also phone calls that Thomas Stein made the night of the murder, March 17th, 2024?
Yes.
And were you able to figure out who he was calling after the murder?
Yes.
And were those some of the people that you looked at their tower records as well as conducted interviews with?
Yes. A lot of the numbers and Instagram users weren't common. They were the same people.
Approximately how many people were in close connection with Thomas Stein that night that he was communicating with that you would say that you investigated?
About 3 or 4.
And what is a tower dump?
So in this case, these tower dumps were conducted in specific areas that the vehicle was, or Thomas Stein and Christopher Horn were, or are known to be, the area of their residence, the area of West Creek Circle, where the GPS showed the vehicle went, and the area of the crime scene. During a historical time frame of maybe an hour or 2 hours, whatever it may be, the tower captures the devices that are communicating with the tower at that time. And the goal is to try to identify in common devices in the locations and show that they were, in this case, show that they were in the same areas as devices of the defendants.
So let's just go back a little to a tower dump. How many tower dumps did you look at from that time frame of the murder? How many towers?
I believe there were 3.
Okay. And so you do a search warrant for the cell phone company, and do they give you every single phone number that used that tower during that time frame that you requested?
Essentially, yes.
And then are you looking at all those phone numbers from each of those 3 towers to see if any phone used all 3 towers or perhaps 2 of those towers?
Yes.
Were you able to see any in common numbers? Well, first let's go back. The 3 towers that you got dumps of, where were those 3 towers located?
One was in the area of Fort Myers, near Thomas Stein's residence. Another was close to the area of West Creek Circle. And the other was down off of Del Prado Boulevard in the area where the crime took place.
So you have one near Thomas Stein's house, one in West Creek Circle where Christopher Horn Jr. was picked up, and one near the crime scene.
Yes.
And when you analyzed all those numbers, how many numbers hit all 3 cell towers?
Outside of the defendants, there weren't any.
So did both Christopher Horn Jr. and Thomas Stein's phone numbers hit at all 3 of those towers?
Yes.
Was there anybody that you looked at, any number that you found that hit 2 of the towers?
Yes.
And how many phone numbers hit 2 of the towers?
1.
Okay. And were you able to follow up to see if that person was potentially connected?
Yes.
And whose number, who had that number? Were you able to determine?
Was an individual from Fort Myers, 43-year-old male. The phone that actually made contact, or the telephone facility that actually made contact with the towers, was a phone number embedded in a SIM card in his vehicle. In other words, an infotainment system in your vehicle, if equipped, has its own phone number. That person was a Grubhub Uber Eats driver who had driven in the area on the same date. As far as the area in Cape Coral, it was a little bit after the crime had occurred, and earlier in the night in North Fort Myers.
Now, did you continue as you went through this investigation to try to see if you could include anybody in that car that night?
Yes.
And did you follow up on talking to many people? Were many interviews conducted and numerous records gotten?
Yes.
I think it was mentioned earlier that Thomas Stein was ultimately arrested several days after the murder for the murder and robbery of Kayla Rincon-Miller and Emma Wright and Luann DeJet. Was Christopher Horn arrested immediately?
No.
And was there further investigation that needed to be done of Christopher Horn?
Yes.
And once further investigation was done, was there a warrant issued to pick up him for the same charges that Thomas Stein was arrested for?
Yes.
And did it take a long time to find Christopher Horn?
His arrest was about a month later.
And did you have people actively looking to try to find him?
Yes.
And by the time that you found him, did he have any phone?
No.
So were you ever able to analyze an actual phone download from Christopher Horn Jr.?
No.
Did you end up getting tower records from Christopher Horn Jr.'s phone so you could at least analyze what his phone may have been communicating with that night?
Yes.
And in your review of Thomas Stein's phone, or just the phone numbers on Christopher Horn, was there any other connections that you saw Christopher Horn making that would allow you to conduct interviews or further investigation into any of his family and friends being at the scene that night?
Yes.
Okay. And were you able to follow up and find that whether there was anybody else at the scene that night that was connected to Christopher Horn Jr.?
No.
No, there was not any connections you were able to find.
Not that has been found.
Did you also go through Kayla Rincon-Miller's phone?
Yes.
And did you look for any possible connections that she may have had to Thomas Stein?
Yes.
And did you find any connections in her phone to Thomas Stein?
I did not.
Were you able to look through her phone to see if she had any information that was linked to Christopher Horn Jr.?
Did not.
And was there anything, did you have the opportunity to look for that?
Yes.
And did you find any connection or links to Christopher Horn Jr. in her phone?
No.
And did you also, was there also the ability to look through Luann DeJet's phone and see if there was any kind of connection she may have had with Christopher Horn Jr. or Thomas Stein?
Yes.
And was there any connections you were able to find that she had with either of them?
Not that I found.
And then as far as Emma Wright, did she have any kind of working phone that night that was able to be analyzed or downloaded?
No.
And again, were there any connections that you found throughout your investigation that these girls knew them?
No.
Have you continued to follow leads and Crime Stoppers tips and everything and anything that's come in to Cape Coral since this murder has happened back in March 17th of 2024?
Yes.
Now you heard, or you learned through your investigation that there was as many as 5 people potentially in this car that Luann and Emma saw. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. And did you continue to look for other people involved in the robbery besides Christopher Horn Jr. and Thomas Stein?
Yes.
And were you ever able to find any links of anybody else to the scene that night?
Not to date, no.
And if any information would come forward that would potentially link other suspects to the scene, would you follow up on that?
Yes.
And potentially they also could be arrested for the same charges as Christopher Horn and Thomas Stein.
Yes.
Now, was there also some photographs that were collected of Christopher Horn Jr. around the time of the murder that were taken in West Chase Circle?
West Creek Circle.
Or, I'm
Yes.
sorry, West Creek Circle. And in those photos, was there anything of significance that you noticed?
The clothing that he was wearing.
Your Honor, may I approach the defense and the
Yeah.
detective? May I approach the clerk?
Yes.
Can I get 24B, please? Detective, I'm going to show you State's Exhibits 24A, which has already been introduced into evidence, and have you also take a look at State's Exhibit 24B.
Yes,
And do you recognize each of these exhibits?
I do.
And are these the photographs provided that were taken in that area where he was picked up the night of the murder, or the afternoon of the murder?
Yes.
You know, at this time, the state would move State's Exhibit 24B into evidence.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Be admitted.
Permission to publish?
You may.
We've heard about license plate readers. Were there multiple license plate readers that were collected that showed the path of the Nissan Pathfinder?
There were license plate readers that revealed the image of the tag on the Nissan, yes.
And when the way a license plate reader works, is there like a camera at various points throughout Lee County that are monitoring or taking photographs of the cars that drive by?
Yes.
And so how is it that you're able to find a certain license plate through those license plate reader cameras?
Well, you can find a particular license plate by running the license plate in the system, or a description of the vehicle, and it gives you, populates a group of candidates of the vehicle with the license plates, if they're photographed.
And once a license plate number is put into the reader, will you be able to pull up all those various cameras that the car would have driven past?
Yes.
Now, you already mentioned the video surveillance that was collected where Christopher Horn Jr. was picked up. Were there multiple videos that were collected that showed that Nissan Pathfinder's path that night?
There were, yes.
And did Destiny get copies of those so that she could analyze them for her report?
Yes.
And we also heard about the videos from near the scene. Were those also collected and given to Destiny for her report?
Yes.
Now, as far as the crime scene, does Cape Coral have a crime scene unit that does the forensics part of an investigation?
They do.
And as far as the forensics in this case, was there a lot of testing that was able to be done?
There was some testing done.
And as far as Kayla's shirt went, how much blood was on her shirt?
It was saturated with blood.
And was that the shirt that she was still wearing when she was taken to Gulf Coast Hospital?
Yes.
And as far as actual contact from anybody touching her, did you have any information that anybody actually touched her skin with their hands?
No.
Did you later do some investigation into a marking that you found on her body?
Yes.
Were you also able to review firearms records in relation to the firearm that Jessica Stein owned that went missing after the murder?
Yes.
And when she said that it was missing, did you give her any kind of instructions?
I suggested that she report it missing or stolen.
And did she do that?
To my knowledge, no.
May I have a moment, Your Honor?
You may.
At this time, the state tenders a witness.
All right. Smooth.
Good afternoon, Detective.
Good afternoon.
Good to see you. You prepared a report for this case, is that correct?
Yes.
In it kind of gives like the summary of everything you've done, kind of keep track of all the different tendrils of this investigation. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Isn't it true that when the girls met with Detective Scarado and Sergeant Corcoran, so there were 4 males that exited the vehicle, correct?
Yes.
And there were 2 displayed firearms, true?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
2 displayed firearms.
I believe so, yes.
Based upon your investigation, did the Nissan Pathfinder that was driven by Thomas Stein make any unaccounted for stops?
No, not that I'm aware of.
So it went to West Creek Circle to pick up Christopher Horn Jr., correct?
Yes.
Did it stop anywhere after that?
At some point, the house of Jaden Fernandez.
Okay. And the purpose of stopping Jaden Fernandez's house was what?
Object to hearsay. Calls for hearsay.
Sustain this.
Jaden Fernandez gave you a statement, is that correct?
Yes.
Did you discover any untruths during that statement?
Objection calls for hearsay.
Ooh. You can answer the question.
Yes.
I have 2 further objections I'd like to discuss further.
Oh, objection, Your Honor. Overruled. Well, we got another 2, Your Honor. So we just don't like. We just don't like this. Spanish coffee, is that tequila added to it, Dave? I think I drank too much tequila and sambuca when I was younger. I like, ugh. Rum and other stuff. I'm more of a gin guy than I'm a rum guy, or used to be a gin guy anyway. Oh. The Jason Meade trial, the same witnesses on the stand all afternoon. Been 2.5 hours now. We used to make a version of that when I worked at the Danish pastry shop. Oh, I love Danish pastry. So good, so good. I didn't like the tequila ones. I can't drink. I know, I struggle with it.
You proceeded with your investigation.
Ooh.
So having interviewed Mr. Fernandez, you proceeded with your investigation, and based upon that investigation, you had to go back to Jaden Fernandez. Is that correct?
Yes.
Because of those untruths.
Partially, but there was also a download of his phone made that revealed some other information.
Right. Revealed things that he hadn't revealed during the course of the interview. Is that true?
Yes.
Besides Jaden Fernandez's house, where did the Pathfinder go?
75 Evergreen.
Okay. What's
That's
that?
a church. Church.
It's a church. And how long was that vehicle parked at the church?
Several minutes.
Were there any witnesses to this event?
There was a pastor of the church that saw the vehicle.
Did the pastor witness any other vehicles that had pulled next to the Pathfinder?
Yes.
For how long?
I don't recall exactly what he said, but a short period of time.
Did you collect the 911 call that was associated with this case?
I did not.
Did you listen to it?
Have I listened to it?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you collect it as part of your investigation?
I personally didn't collect it, but
Who did?
I believe Detective Scarado did.
Before his leaving on medical leave?
Yes.
So you investigated Thomas Stein's phone, is that true?
Yes.
After his arrest, you were able to get a search warrant for it?
There's a search warrant was issued for it, yes.
And you investigated some of the contacts that were in Thomas's phone, true?
Yes.
Besides Jaden Fernandez, there was Christopher Horn Jr.
Among the some other people, yes.
There was Patrick Clark.
Patrick Clark.
Craig Couture.
Craig Couture.
Corey Mormon.
Corey Mormon.
Daniel Martin.
Daniel Martin.
Jaden Pagan.
Jaden Pagan.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And you were able to investigate all of these people through the use of that cell tower duct. Is that accurate?
Well, each of their phones, except for Mr. Couture, were search warrant was done for his.
Sorry, can you speak up with a little more volume?
Each of their phones was a search warrant was obtained for each of their phones for historical cell phone data individually.
Okay. And any of those search warrants reveal that they were pinging off those towers?
The search warrants revealed that the devices were in the vicinity of each of their residences at the time of the crime.
Were any of those vicinities in the area of the crime?
No.
In addition to the contact history that it kind of led up as tendrils for Thomas Stein's phones, Thomas Stein's phone contacts, you also had Instagram, is that correct?
Yes.
And not just their Instagram page, but direct messaging associated with that, is that correct?
Yes.
And Facebook. Did he have Facebook?
I believe so.
Did he have direct messaging through Facebook?
He may have. I don't recall.
Did you look? Do you remember?
I don't recall.
Snapchat?
I don't recall if it was Snapchat. I believe there was, yes.
TikTok?
I don't recall.
What about WhatsApp?
I'm sorry?
WhatsApp?
WhatsApp? I don't recall.
Have you ever investigated a telephone using WhatsApp?
No.
Are you aware that it is encrypted?
I am.
If someone is planning to commit a robbery, wouldn't it behoove them to leave their phone at home or some different location?
I don't know. I can't answer that.
If someone is committing a robbery and their phone is at a different location, doesn't that tell you that they were doing this as a plan?
Objection, speculation, calls for speculation.
Sustained.
Let's talk about Christopher Horn Jr., the other defendant in this case. You said his arrest was about a month later after Mr. Stein.
That's correct.
After you put out a search warrant, well, prior to you putting out a search or arrest warrant for him, his mother came by the station asking if there was a warrant out for him. Is that correct?
His mother came by the station with some other people wanting to know if we were looking for him.
Isn't it true he went into hiding at that?
It appeared to be.
He wasn't at either of his parents' house.
That's correct. I think actually his father moved during that time.
And by the time you found him, you found no phone. True?
That's true.
Because of that, were you able to look at his Instagram direct messages?
Only historical information, nothing from the phone device itself.
What about Snapchat direct messages?
That's the same, historical only.
Do you know if he had a WhatsApp?
I don't know.
If you had the phone, that would tell you that, correct?
It could, yes.
After Horn's arrest, was there ever a time that he told you what he had done with the phone?
Objection, calls for hearsay.
Just statement by defendant. Submission by defendant.
Sorry, I'm distracted a little bit because I'm just setting up the streams for tomorrow because this legend, Roy here, is doing another 4 streams tomorrow. There's not many places you get that service, do you know what I mean? Even if you all show me hate, I show you love, do you know what I mean? So that's the way I am. That's the way I'm built, people, you know? So yeah, another long day tomorrow. Just a reminder, after this finishes now, we're gonna, well, those that want to join, we're zooming straight over to Ohio to see the afternoon session there. So I'm playing that at 1.5 speed. No need to thank me, it's fine. No one please thank me, it's fine. Honestly, it's the least I can do for all of you. Absolutely. I hate that noise. Dave Paddington, more ping pong. Hot mama, it has to be done. Has to be done. I mean, when you're a legend, you just got to go with a legendary status. So I promised everyone I would watch both trials, and I'm here. Can we watch it on 3.0 speed? Yes. I've been sitting on another chat. Marky. Oops. We are in deep in on both. I can't quit now. No, we can't quit now. This damn headache only means. Sorry to hear that, Marky. Oops. Oh, they're still there. Let's do some Sambuca or maybe a drink or two, and then I maybe could approach a little bit closer. Poor Mark having a bad day too. Mark's having a bad day. The sugar daddy's having a bad day, everyone. So be nice to him, Lady Di, and everyone. At least I'm nice enough to make sure that everyone zooms over to the next one. And as I say, is this back? The one in Ohio is a state defense witness, so with that, it'll be a little bit different. You know, it's one of their experts. They're taking it out the turn. And I don't suppose there'll be too much left tonight. It's gone 4 o'clock here now in Florida, so it depends on what the judge wants to do. They did start at 8:30 this morning. Whether he goes to 5:30, I don't know. But I do like the fact that he only has an hour lunch break. I saw Nah move, so I thought we were live. I got kids. Oh, here we go. Thank you, Dave. You know the crack. You know the crack. Thank you. Okay, I see, Donna. That's all I needed. Thank you, Donna. It's just a bit of love. That's all I needed. Thank you, Donna.
All right, let the record reflect jury's exited the courtroom. You can be seated. Just give me a second. I don't know what they're doing. Which podium day? There's two of them. I don't want to mute it too much because just in case the judge speaks so we miss it. But that paper shuffles into my head in.
Great dates. Great dates. Great dates.
Josie and Murph, they aren't as lovely. Fuck around and find out I'm joking, they're lovely. Sarah P, Sarah P, Sarah P, 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 Sarah P, Sarah P, Sarah P is lovely.
Hey man, just want to let you know that sometimes you gotta shut the fuck up. And this current time is just one of those times you gotta shut the fuck up. I don't think you're a bad person, I just don't want to hear you talking anymore. You gotta shut the fuck up.
Okay. Sorry, Marky. Sorry, Marky, that's my bad. Sorry, I won't do that one again. I won't play the C one then. Or I won't play Lady Di's one or Bex's one.
Okay, so the statement against interest is under 8044, correct?
Correct.
And that would be if the declarant is unavailable as a witness.
Correct.
Okay, and my understanding is that the declarant is available as a witness and has been listed and as a witness.
That's correct.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Wheeler?
No, Judge. Judge, I would just ask, based upon the court, I guess the court is finding that it is not an exception.
I'm sorry, say it louder.
From the court's recitation of the rule, I'm guessing the court is not inclined to allow the statement in as an exception to hearsay.
Well, you made the argument that it was a statement against interest. So I looked at that, which is under 804.4, which is under the rule where the declarant is unavailable as a witness, which my understanding does not appear to be the case.
Right, Judge. I would just ask that if the court is inclined to keep that statement out, or at least a portion of the statement out, that allow us to keep Detective Lassalandra under subpoena until as a rebuttal witness.
Of course.
Okay.
That's fine.
So it was a state's objection, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, so I sustain the objection. We'll bring the jury back in.
I don't think it, Dave. I don't think it's a smudge. I don't think it's a smudge, Dave. To be quite honest with you, I just think that's the wear and tear, not a smudge as such. That's just wear and tear. That's how I would look at it. Cheers, Marky. It's all good, brother. I just have to be a bit mindful sometimes. All aboard.
Hippie chick, lady die, spacey Stacy, walking those streets all night. You go, ladies, come and see what's going on now. Let's go, girls.
I pressed the wrong one. Sorry. Always, because you're always wrong. I like disagreeing with you.
Hippie chick, Marky C, spacey Stacy, walking those streets all night. You go, ladies, and Marky. Go have some fun now. Let's go, girls.
But genuinely, though, I just don't think those are like smudges. I think that is, say with these, I just think that they are just wear and tear. I mean, oh, interesting. Bye, 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 bye.
All right, please be seated. Mr. Will may continue when you're ready.
Based upon information you obtained from Christopher Horn Jr., did you look in the Caloosahatchee?
No.
Did you look in any ponds or any bodies of water near his house?
Yes.
Were you able to recover a phone based upon that information he had given you?
No.
Were you able to recover any type of firearm based upon the information he had given you?
No.
The information that Christopher Horn Jr. had given you, I guess, included some sort of family member, like Jug?
Objection, hearsay.
Sustained.
Were you able to look at anybody else as a potential suspect based upon the information you've given?
Based upon information that?
Christopher Horn Jr. had given.
No.
Was that because of the vague nature of the information?
The information that was obtained on his associates or associates of his were obtained through the investigation, not through Christopher Horn.
So not with his assistance.
I'm sorry?
Not with his assistance.
No.
At some point, you learned that Christopher Horn wanted to cooperate with the state's case. Is that correct?
Yes.
And he gave you a proffer.
Yes.
You were there?
Yes.
Ms. Miller was there?
Yes.
Christopher Horn's Jr.'s attorney was there, Mr. Hyder?
Hi. Correct.
Correct. Was he honest in that proffer?
Objection calls for opinion.
Sustained.
Did you have to take a second proffer because of the information he had given you in the first?
He came in for a second proffer,
Okay.
not at my request.
Did the two proffers agree with each other?
Objection calls for hearsay.
Sustained.
Let's talk about the forensics in this case if we can. You indicated to the state on direct that the shirt of Kayla Rincon-Miller that was recovered from the hospital was saturated in blood. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. Have you seen the shirt?
Yes.
I think members of the jury have seen the shirt this morning. Were you present for that?
No.
Regardless of the marks of blood on the shirt, did you test it for any other DNA in the case?
No.
Do you know where else she might have been touched by her assailant?
Her purse was examined.
I don't want to get there yet. What about on her body? She fought her assailant, is that correct?
I don't know that.
You don't know whether or not she had punched or kicked out of her assailant?
No, I don't.
Struggled with them?
I don't know.
The purse that was sought to be taken from Kayla Rincon-Miller.
Yes.
You said that was tested for DNA, true?
Yes, it was.
Did that DNA test show that Christopher Horn Jr. was a suspect in taking that purse?
No.
He was excluded.
He was excluded.
What about Thomas Stein?
He was excluded.
Was there a partial DNA profile that was created from that purse strap?
There was a mixture of DNA, I believe,
Okay, a mixture.
with a male contributor.
How many markers did it give you?
I really couldn't answer that. I don't know that much about it. That would go through our forensics unit.
Was that enough to go and be placed in the database?
There was some that was placed in CODIS, yes.
Did you get any hits?
No.
Switching to the body and the remains of Kayla herself, there was a gunshot entrance wound in her chest. Is that true?
Yes.
And an exit wound in her lower back.
Yes.
So that tells you that either at some point the firearm was pointed in a, I guess, almost lateral position with the body. Or parallel.
Or the body position created that.
Okay. There was no ballistics recovered from, there's no projectiles recovered from the remains. Is that true?
That's true.
Any fragments?
No.
Do you know if it was x-rayed?
I believe at the medical examiner would handle that.
Okay. Do you know whether or not they performed an x-ray of the remains?
I'd have to go over the report. I do not know.
Do you know what stippling is?
Yes.
What is stippling?
It's caused by the heat and particles that come out of the muzzle of a gun during a gun shot.
So the gunpowder inside the projectile kind of
flares up as it's being fired from the bullet. Is that true?
Yes.
Sorry, fired from the barrel. True?
Yes.
And it's propelling the projectile or the bullet itself forward.
Yes.
And based upon the amount of stippling associated around an entrance of a gunshot wound, it's somehow easy to determine what the distance is, the shooter is, from the victim. Is that accurate?
To my knowledge, it's provides a estimate of range of how far the gun was away from the body.
So if there's stippling around the entrance of a wound, how close is that firearm to that body?
I'm going to object to this being outside the scope of his knowledge.
I'll let you answer if you know. So
I would be making an estimate. I don't know. It's not an area of expertise that I have.
Well, I mean, you've been a detective for a very long time, right?
Yes.
And you've been in law enforcement for 33 years, I think, I calculated.
About.
If there is no stippling on a body, what does that tell you as a detective in the case?
It can tell me that the gun was a distance away from the body when it was fired.
What is a distance from the body?
Again, I'm not an expert in that field. I really don't know.
6 feet?
Objection, ask the answer. And
sustain.
How many homicides have you investigated, detective?
Including my time in Cape Coral, approximately 10.
How many homicides by gunshot?
Approximately 8.
Just make 7 more, please.
You may.
Is it accurate that your investigation from Christopher Horn Jr.'s perspective involves only 2 suspects in this case?
objection calls for hearsay.
Sustained as to from Christopher Horn's perspective.
Your investigation in this case remains open. Is that correct, Detective?
Yes.
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you.
So if you follow here.
All right.
Detective, the defense asked you about that stop at a church that was made between the crime scene as well as, I believe it was Jaden Fernandez's house. Is that correct? I want to make sure I have
The
that.
stop that was made by the Nissan Pathfinder occurred after Jaden Fernandez's house.
And did that pastor ever see anybody getting in or out of cars that night?
No.
Now, all the names that defense mentioned, Patrick Clark, all of those, he asked about the tower dumps, but none of their individual phones were ever pinged off the tower of the crime scene, near the crime scene. Is that accurate?
That's correct.
And as far as the Snapchat and Instagram, were there search warrants that were obtained for the various social media accounts that you were aware of?
Yes.
And the Instagram, you talked about historical data, but the Instagram account information you got, would that have had the messaging, the post, potential videos that would have been posted with that Instagram account?
Yes.
And were you able to view the messages that you had with those various social media accounts?
Yes.
Now, the defense asked about Christopher Horn Jr. and his associates. Were you able to follow up to determine if he had any associates that you were able to link to the crime scene that night?
None that were linked to the crime scene.
And again, as far as your investigation goes, the only two people at this time that you've been able to link to that scene are Christopher Horn Jr. and Thomas Stein.
Yes.
No further questions.
You may step down.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is he released?
Not released, but
You may state your under subpoena. Record your next witness.
State called Jaden Fernandez. May I approach the court camera?
Sorry?
May I approach?
Yes.
the court?
And sir, if you'll face the clerk, raise your right hand. She'll swear you in. Just raise your right hand.
You solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
You can take this in. And proceed when you're ready. And just make sure you speak clearly and distinctly and loud enough for everybody to hear you in the microphone.
Yes, sir.
You're a cunt. 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 You're a cunt.
Could you please state your full name?
Jaden Anthony Fernandez.
That's good. That's perfect. And how do you spell your first name?
Jayden.
And how do you spell your last name?
Fernandez.
How old are you?
I'm 19 years old.
Are you in school or working or doing something else?
I'm in school. I'm about to go up and play football.
Where are you going to go play football?
New Jersey.
And did you graduate from high school?
Yes.
And how long ago was that?
Probably about a year ago.
Do you live here in Lee County?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived in Lee County?
I've lived in Lee County for over 10 years.
Who do you live with?
My mother.
Who else?
My stepfather.
Is there anyone else that lives in your home?
My big sister and my little sister.
And you don't have to give me an address, but what area of Lee?
North Fort Myers.
Fort Myers. Is that the Piney Road?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How long have you lived in that home?
I've lived in my home for about, I honestly don't know for real.
Okay. Is it recently that you've moved there or have you lived there for a little while?
I've lived there for a little while, since I was in middle school.
Oh, so a couple of years then?
Yes.
All right. And do you know a person named Thomas Stein?
Yes, ma'am.
Does that person go by a nickname that you're familiar with?
Yes.
And what is that?
T.
Do you see the person you know as Thomas Stein here in the courtroom today?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you take a look and tell me something that person's wearing and point to them?
A gray suit. Right there.
Your Honor, may the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant?
Record will so reflect.
How long have you known Thomas Stein?
About like 2 years, I think.
Couple years?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And do you live nearby one another?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Approximately how far is his home to your home?
About like 5 minutes walking.
Okay. And is that address that his home on, is that at Mariana Avenue?
Yes, ma'am.
pretty quick walk then.
Yes, ma'am.
How would you go about going from your home to his home? Is it like a turn around a corner or down the street, or you have to cut through yards?
Like there's a stop sign, and then like you turn right.
Okay, so just down a road and down a corner, around a corner.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you know who his mother is?
Yes, ma'am.
What's her name?
Jessica.
Jessica Stein.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you spent time with her?
A couple times, not, you know what I'm saying.
Have you spent time at Thomas Stein's home?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you spent time there, has she been there?
Sometimes, yeah.
And in your visits with Thomas over at his home, have you had occasion there to handle guns?
Yes, ma'am.
Are they guns that you brought with you?
No, ma'am.
Where do the guns come from when you're handling them at his home?
From Tom.
Do you have your own gun?
Not anymore.
Did you ever bring a gun over to Thomas's house?
No, ma'am.
Are you aware of whether Thomas had a gun that was specifically his or one that he frequently handled?
Yes.
Okay, what type of gun was that?
Pistol.
And can you describe the type of pistol it was?
It was silver.
Silver. And what about whether it was a Glock 27? Does that sound familiar?
I don't know.
When you were over at Thomas's house or spending time with him and you guys are playing with guns, did you ever take photos of yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Take videos?
Yes, ma'am.
Why did you do that?
I was just a dumb kid doing dumb things, trying to put on for the wrong crowd.
Were you posting them on social media?
No, ma'am.
Was Thomas taking social media images at the time that you guys were playing with guns together?
I don't know.
You're not sure?
No, ma'am.
So the photos that you would take of yourself and Thomas, you just kept them on your phone?
Yes, ma'am.
May I approach the witness?
You may.
This is, I'm approaching a 16B that's already been entered.
What is it?
16B that's already been entered into evidence.
Okay.
Can you take a look at that and tell me if you recognize it?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that?
Thomas holding the gun.
And is that taken from, is that a screenshot taken from a video that you took on your phone?
I think so.
Is that a gun that you would frequently see Thomas handling?
Sometimes, yeah.
I'm gonna put that one up here on the screen. Have it right side up. It's not right side up. Oh, okay. I think it. No. That's the photo we're talking about that I just showed you.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you familiar with an individual named Christopher Horn Jr.?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you know him?
From Thomas.
He was a friend of both of yours, a friend of Thomas's that you met, or just an acquaintance?
I don't know how Tom knows him, but like I met him at his house.
Okay, so you met Chris at Thomas's house at some occasion.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you know whether Chris Horn Jr. has a nickname?
Bubba or Buster or something like that.
Okay. Were you friends with him on social media?
Yes, ma'am.
And I know I kind of already asked this, but I want to make sure that I understand. Were you friends with Christopher Horn Jr. or friendly with him?
Can you define like friendly?
Yeah, I'm trying to find out if he's someone that you communicated with and had a friendship with separately from your friendship with Thomas Stein.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so everything about your interactions came through Thomas Stein.
Yes, ma'am.
And may I approach the witness again?
You may.
I'm showing you what's been entered into evidence as State's Exhibit number 16A. Can you take a look at that photograph and tell me if you recognize it?
Yes, ma'am.
And who is that?
Christopher Horn.
Also known as Bubba or Busta.
Yes, ma'am.
May I publish this as well, Your Honor?
You may.
I'm placing this on the viewer 16A. That's the person we're talking about is Bubba or Chris Horn Jr. Busta.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I want to go back to, well, actually, I should say, how many times can you estimate did you spend time together with both Christopher Horn Jr. and Thomas Stein?
1 or 2 times.
And in those 1 or 2 times, where did you all hang out together?
We hung out at Thomas's house.
And what about how many times have you hung out with Thomas Stein? Can you estimate that number?
I hung out with Thomas a lot. I can't lie.
And when you were over at his house and hanging out with him, what is it that you all were doing other than, playing with guns and the photos that we've talked about?
Smoking.
Smoking what?
Marijuana.
Now, was Jessica Stein aware of this going on at her home when you were there?
I don't know.
Was she home when you were doing it?
Sometimes.
So rule is that question.
Did you answer the question?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was your answer to that question?
But make sure we're talking about. Can you just ask?
Oh, I'm sorry. Was Jessica aware of? Was she home at the time you were doing this, smoking marijuana in her home?
Sometimes.
So she was present.
Sometimes.
And what about when you were handling guns?
I don't think so.
Not sure.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to go back a little bit to a date a couple years ago, March 17th of 2024, what we're here about today. Did you spend time with Thomas Stein on that day?
Yes, ma'am.
What were you doing?
We went to the beach early in the morning.
And when you went to the beach, who went to the beach?
So me, Thomas, his mom, his siblings, and his uncle and their kids.
Okay. How did you get to the beach?
We went in his mom's car.
Okay. And of the people that you've already listed, who all was in the car that you drove to the beach in?
Who all was in the car that I was in?
Right, because you listed a lot of people. It seems like a small car for that many people.
So it was me, Tom, Jessica, Rosie,
and the other siblings?
His brothers.
And what about the uncle you talked about? Was that person there as well in the car?
No, ma'am.
Drove separately?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what beach did you go to?
Sun Beach in Venice.
Okay. So it took a little while to get there?
Yes, ma'am.
But you all, the whole family, their family plus you all fit in the car that you were riding to go to the beach?
Yes, ma'am.
So you left early in the morning?
Yes.
How long did you stay at the beach?
Probably like a couple hours, I think.
Okay. And it seems silly to ask, but what were you doing at the beach? Were you always in the water playing in the sand, or what other things were you up to?
We were just playing football.
Did you go eat lunch?
Excuse me?
Did you go eat lunch?
Oh, like after the beach?
Yeah, or while you were there. Did you eat food while you were there?
No, we just got some food after we left.
Okay. And did you meet anyone while you were at the beach?
Did I meet anybody?
Was there anyone there that you met or became friends with, or it just stayed with the party that you were with?
No, we was I knew these people that I knew from like a long time ago, and it was this girl that I knew, and I wanted to get her number, so I went back with Tom and started talking to him and stuff, and then we went back to Jessica and stuff.
So trying to chat up some girls at the beach.
Yes, ma'am.
Spring break time.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The car that you went in, was that a car you were familiar with Jessica driving frequently?
No.
Was it a different car than she usually had?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know how long she'd had that car that you drove to the beach in?
No, ma'am.
And do you know what kind of car it was?
I think it was a Pathfinder.
And so do you know whether that was her car or where she had gotten it from?
No, I don't.
You don't know whether it was a rental car?
No, ma'am.
So you came back to your home after the beach day, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Did Jessica drop you off at your home or someplace else? Did she bring you home to your house or to someplace else?
She brought me back to her house.
Okay, and then how did you get home?
I walked.
And when you left that day from Thomas's house, did you plan to see him at any more that night?
No, ma'am.
Where did you go when you left his home?
I went to go play basketball.
Okay, and where did you go play basketball?
At Hancock.
With whom?
Jaden, Thomas Group.
I'm sorry?
Jaden Thomas Grote.
Okay. And how long did you stay and play basketball?
Up until like 8:30, 8:40 around there.
And what did you do after finishing your basketball game and play?
When Jaden dropped me off, I called Tom and I said like I was gonna buy some weed off him.
I want to make sure I understand. So your friend dropped you off at your home?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you placed a phone call to Thomas Stein?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was the purpose of that phone call?
To buy marijuana.
And did you arrange to make that purchase from him?
Say it again.
How did you decide where you were going to buy that marijuana from him?
Like what place? Like
Yeah, how did you where did you decide to meet up for that?
my house.
And how did he come over to your house?
Yes, ma'am.
How did he get there?
In the car.
What car was he driving?
The SUV.
The same one that you'd gone to the beach in earlier that day?
Yes, ma'am.
When he arrived at your home, was anybody else in the car with him?
Yes.
Who else?
Christopher Horn.
And where were the two of them sitting in the car?
Christopher Horn was in the passenger and Thomas was in the driver's seat.
Was there anybody else in the car when they arrived?
No, ma'am.
And when they got to your home, what happened next?
He told me he was in traffic. He pulled up to my house and Christopher hopped out when they got there, and there was a Mexican walking back to his house, and Christopher hopped out and said, "I'm trying to catch me a Chico lacking," or something like that along those lines.
Were you alarmed by that?
I didn't pay too much attention to it because I didn't really like I was. A lot of kids say a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really take it that serious.
Okay.
I thought he was just playing.
Thought he was just joking.
Yes, ma'am.
And so he jumped out of the car when he said that?
Yes.
Was the car door open when he said it?
Yes, ma'am.
And Thomas Stein was right next to him in the driver's seat?
Yes, ma'am.
And what happened after Christopher Horn said that?
We hopped back in the car. We went to Thomas's house. Thomas told me to go inside, grab a scale, grab a weed. He scaled it out for me real quick, and he took me back to my house.
At any point during that, did you notice whether either of your two friends, whether they had a gun?
Yes.
Which one of them?
Christopher Horn.
And what kind of gun was it?
The silver one.
The 45?
I'm not sure. It was just a pistol.
A silver pistol?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know whose gun that was?
Thomas.
It's Thomas's gun?
Well, it was DJ's gun.
Okay, and I want to make sure we get the background right. Okay,
And if we can get you to speak up and raise your volume a little bit.
I'm sorry, sir.
Thank you.
So Christopher Horn had a gun. Have you seen him with that gun before?
Was it his?
Well, no. Have you seen Christopher Horn with that gun before?
Handle it before?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and have you seen Thomas Stein handle that gun before?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you know whose gun that was?
I think Thomas told me that it was Darryl Ford's.
Okay, and who is Darryl Ford?
DJ.
And that's his nickname?
Yes, ma'am.
But who is he to the people that we're talking about? Is he related to anyone?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Is he friends with them?
Yes, ma'am.
Who is he friends with?
He was friends with me, Thomas, and Patrick, Corey, a lot, all of us for real.
And the gun that we're talking about that Christopher Horn had, is that the same gun that we saw in the photo that I showed you or a different gun?
Say it again.
The gun that we're talking about that Christopher Horn had, is that the same gun we saw in that video or a different gun?
That's a different gun.
Okay, so the one that Christopher Horn had that day is different than the one in the video and that screenshot that I showed you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, did he do anything with that gun when you saw him there that day on the day that I'm talking about when he came out of the car when he arrived with Thomas Stein?
I'm not sure.
He wasn't doing anything with it at that time.
No, I'm not sure.
May I approach the witness? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm showing counsel what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 6. I'm sorry. May I approach the witness?
You may.
I'm I'm showing you what's been identified as State's Exhibit number 16. Can you take a look at that and tell me whether you recognize it?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that?
It's a silver gun.
Is that the silver gun that we've already been talking about that was in Thomas Stein's hand?
Yes, ma'am.
That's not the gun that we're talking about. That was in Christopher Horn's hand.
Wait.
Is it the same? What gun is? Like, those are all terrible questions, and
Yes,
I
ma'am.
apologize.
No, it's okay.
First of all, you recognize this photo, is that right?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Is it a photo of yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
You're holding a gun?
Yes, ma'am.
And at this time, state would move to enter State's Exhibit 16 into evidence.
The objection. Be admitted.
Can I, and I'm gonna publish that?
Okay.
This gun that we're seeing here that I'm showing up on the screen, where did you get that gun?
It was Thomas in Thomas's house.
Okay, and is that the gun from DJ?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's the gun that same gun that Christopher Horn had on the night of March 17th, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my questions had all been very confusing, so I apologize
No, it's
for
okay.
that. But I want to make sure that we're talking about the same items. When they arrived that night, and we've already talked about there was nobody else in the car, do you recall if they discussed what their plans were for the evening before they dropped you off?
No, ma'am.
Did there come a time when law enforcement officers did a traffic stop on a vehicle that you were riding in soon after that?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you end up speaking with some officers that night from the Cape Coral Police Department?
Yes, ma'am.
And did they question you for a long time?
Yes.
Did you know what they were questioning you about?
After they told me.
They told you it was a serious thing they were investigating?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Were you asked about someone named Busta?
Yes.
And did you assist them in identifying who Busta or Buster was?
Yes, ma'am.
You provided an image from social media to the law enforcement officers to help identify him?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm showing defense counsel what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 21. Let me approach the clerk, Your Honor.
Okay.
Cheap guys, I hate that. I agree. I don't know how they know. I don't know who DJ is either. Get it together, lady. If your questions are confused, you should know better. I also think he's a little bit dim. I also agree that you die. You tell me, David. You tell me, Dave. I have no idea. So.
May I approach the witness?
You may.
I've shown defense counsel what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 21. It's contained in an envelope. I've opened that and I'm showing this document to you. Can you tell me if you recognize that image?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is it?
It's a picture of Busta.
And how do you recognize that photo?
Say it again.
When was the last time you saw that photo?
When the detectives came to my house.
And they asked you to identify for them who Busta was?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's what you showed them that image, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you signed that and dated it for the date and time?
Yes, ma'am.
At this time, the state would need to enter the envelope and document contained inside, which is Exhibit 21.
All right. Any objection?
No objection.
Be admitted.
May I publish?
You may.
This is the image that we've been talking about,
Yes, ma'am.
and you helped to identify Busta as Christopher Horn.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you recall what kind of phone you had at the time of this event on March 17th of 2024?
The iPhone 13.
Was it a phone you paid for the service for?
My mother paid for it.
And when officers spoke with you, did you ultimately provide that phone to them for them to search and have a download of?
Yes, ma'am.
Other than what we talked about going to the beach, did everything else we've talked about occur here in Lee County, Florida?
Say it again?
Other than when you went to the beach, did everything else happen here in Lee County?
Yes.
Do you know Luann DeJay?
No, ma'am.
Do you know Emma Wright?
No, ma'am.
Val? And do you personally know Kayla Rincon-Miller?
No, ma'am.
I have just a moment, Your Honor.
You may.
I have no further questions, and I'll tender the witness.
All right.
Good afternoon, Jim.
Good afternoon.
Isn't your sister that knew her?
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
It's okay. That's the second time today. Must be my cologne. So your sister knew Kayla Rincon-Miller?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
She went to school with her?
No.
She knew her through Instagram?
I'm not sure how she knew her.
But she knew who she was?
Yes.
And when you learned that she had been murdered, your sister's the one that told you?
Yes.
How long have you known Thomas Stein for?
Say it again?
How long have you known Thomas Stein for?
I just told her like 2 years.
2 years?
Around there.
Like, you guys went to school together?
Yes, sir.
You considered yourself pretty good friends?
I would say so.
You guys hung out on the weekend, neighborhood kids?
Yeah.
How long had you known Buster for?
Not that long.
2 months prior to the murder?
I'm not sure. I think
Would you say more or less?
probably less.
Less than that?
Yes.
Christopher Horn Jr. had a few nicknames. Were you aware of that?
No.
So you only knew him as Bubba or Buster?
Yes, sir.
The weapon that you were holding that picture that the state showed you, it was like an older gun, right?
I'm not sure.
Do you know anything about firearms?
No, not really.
Let me ask you this. Did the grip of that gun have a laser in it?
Yes.
So when you would grab it, it would flash?
Yes.
What is an op?
What is an op?
Yeah, when someone's got an op.
Opposition?
Opposition. So we're talking about somebody in particular, right?
I guess.
Someone that you would have beef with?
I guess.
Okay. To your knowledge, did T have any ops?
Don't think so. Not that I know of. No.
You didn't have beef with anyone, to your knowledge?
No.
The state asked you whether or not you would handle guns when Jessica Stein was at home. And you said, I don't think so. And she said, so you're not sure.
Yes.
Is that accurate recitation? When you said, I don't think so, isn't it true that you would handle guns only when you were in T's room?
Yes.
Right? You wouldn't be out in the middle of the living room or the kitchen.
No.
You made a statement that the night of the murder, when they came over to pick you up for the marijuana sale.
Mhm.
Sorry, I closed my eyes when I think.
No, it's okay. You're good.
You stated that Christopher Horn Jr. or Buster hopped out of the car and he makes this declaration to you. I want to rob a Chico.
Yes.
Or you said on direct, trying to catch a Chico lagging,
Yes.
right?
Yes, sir.
But he said to you, I want to rob a Chico. Is that accurate?
Along those lines, yes.
How many times have you hung out with Christopher Horn at this point?
It's probably my second time hanging out with him.
The first time you were hanging out with him, isn't it true he said he wanted to catch a body?
Yes.
What does catch a body mean?
Killing somebody.
Killing somebody.
Sir.
Have you ever heard Thomas Stein make such a statement?
No, sir.
Based upon your 2-year friendship with Thomas Stein, did he ever
were all of his needs taken care of by his mom?
Yes.
Did he have to pay for gas?
I don't think so.
Did he have to pay for car insurance?
I don't think so.
But we worked at a car wash, right?
Yes, he did work at the car wash.
How long had he worked at the car wash for?
I'm not sure. Probably 2-3 weeks around there.
Who got him the job at the car wash?
Himself, I think.
Okay. From what you know of Christopher Horn, did Christopher Horn have needs?
Say it again.
Did Christopher Horn have needs?
Have needs?
Yeah.
What do you? Can you clarify that?
Like, how did he get his own marijuana?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Would he come over and smoke teas?
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't think we smoked when I went over there.
How many times have you seen Christopher Horn Jr. in a red sweatshirt?
Like once.
Just the one time?
Yes, sir.
The one time that he picked you up to purchase marijuana?
Yes, sir.
When he came out, when they stopped by to pick you up, the passenger door opens. Christopher Horn Jr. hops out. He makes a statement, "I want to run a Chico," and the state asked you whether or not the door was open, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you know whether or not Thomas Stein heard that statement?
I'm not sure.
I'll allow the answer. Go ahead.
I'm not sure.
Was Thomas Stein doing anything when you walked out to get picked up?
Other than driving, no.
Okay. Where was Christopher Horn Jr. when he made that statement? Like, how far out of the car?
Probably like 2 inches from the car.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
2 inches from the car.
Towards the front or towards the rear?
Like where he was facing it?
Yeah.
He was facing the rear.
Okay. So away from the car.
Yeah.
And just for the record, I had overruled the objection, so that's putting on the record.
When you saw Christopher Horn that evening getting out of Thomas Stein's vehicle, did he have a mask on?
I'm not sure.
Did he have a scully cap?
I think so.
Okay. And to your knowledge, was Thomas Stein and Christopher Horn Jr. planning to go out and try door handles?
Say it again.
Car hopping, we call it.
I'm not sure.
You know what car hopping is?
I'm familiar with it.
Okay. Can you describe for the jury what car hopping is?
It's when you go and like go around trying to break in cars.
Okay, when you say break into cars, do you mean like a Slim Jim or just seeing if the door's open?
Just seeing if the door's open.
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
You redirect.
Nothing from the CFO.
All right, thank you. You can sit down. Is he released?
Yes, sir.
Any objection, or you want to stay on?
I would ask that we keep.
So you're still under subpoena, but you can step down. You may. Television, reading the local news. My scheduling though in the morning, so is it 8:30?
Okay, get ready.
So I have another hearing on something totally different I've got to do tomorrow morning at 8:30. So I'm going to have you come back at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Remember my earlier instructions. Don't do any research. Don't look up anything. Don't discuss anything about your service as a juror on the case with anybody, including family members. And don't watch any local television, read any local newspapers, and just remember that.
Yes, Maxi, we're stream hopping.
At 9 a.m.
All right.
Get through the testimony. All right, let the record reflect the jury's exit into the courtroom. You can be seated. Let's just talk a little bit about scheduling. How many more witnesses does the state have?
3 to 4.
Okay. And All right. And you believe those 3 to 4 you can get through the testimony before lunch?
Yes.
Okay.
But
All right.
Just to remind you, we will have to do the proffer of that overlay on Kayla's chest. There was the markings that are consistent with a firearm. Defense had moved to exclude that, and we believe it's relevant, and so we can proffer that testimony from our witnesses directly. We can have them here early, or I can proffer to the court what that testimony would be. It's up to your honor.
I'd rather proffer it with the testimony with the witness, and we can just do that. How long is that testimony?
10 minutes.
Okay.
So I'll have them here.
Ready to go.
10:30, ready to go, so when you're done with the hearing.
I will see what I can do. I was going to say I can try and see if I can maybe. I think is Judge Grider still in trial?
As far as my
I don't know if I can get another backup judge to handle that pretrial detention in the morning.
I was
If
just
I-
saying that to her. It seems like you could have a friend do that.
Well, I'm working on it. So if I can do that, then we can take care of any other, like the proffer and pretrial motion without the presence of the jury at 8:30.
We'll be ready for you.
I will too. So I'll be here. I just have everybody be here at 8:30 in case I can do that. If not, then I'll have to do the pretrial detention. Those don't typically last a long time. So maybe even by 8:45, we can address some of those things. All right. And then jury instructions. I know I've got a packet in this.
Yeah, there's some changes that we've made. I'll send those to Mr. Wheeler tonight and have a fresh copy printed for your honor and for Mr. Wheeler in the morning.
Okay. All right. And Mr. Wheeler, have you had a chance to look at any of the changes? Okay.
I mean, I think they were just very early on, so I don't think they were very accurate. I'm hoping from this revisions they'll be more. Wait and see what the state's going to say.
So are we expecting a long charge conference or a short charge conference tomorrow? I mean, is there a lot of issues to be litigated in the jury instructions?
I don't believe so.
But I'm looking more at Mr. Wheeler because he would know that.
Well, Judge, just based upon what the state's sent me so far, we have some work to do, but I'm very hopeful that the second pack they send me will take care of that.
Okay.
All the instructions so far are standard, so.
All right. I know there was an independent act instruction. Is that included in the packet?
It is, and I'll
Okay.
add an independent act that includes robbery as well. The one I provided that he had requested was to felony murder, but I'll
All
definitely
right.
do
I
it.
just ask you all if you will just work on it together. You can email each other back and forth tonight so that we have as close to as we can to an acceptable packet to read to the jury tomorrow. We just, bear in mind we cannot end the trial without jury instructions if it goes to the jury. So we just have to have that. All right. And check it for spelling and grammatical errors and.
You're asking the wrong guy, Judge.
What's that?
You're asking the wrong man.
All right. Well, somebody who cooks lasagna might be able to do that. All right. Any other issues the court needs to address? Mr. Wheeler, anything that the court needs to address?
Yes.
Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
So it seems like the state to be arresting by lunchtime tomorrow, and then I didn't catch what they said about the defense, whether they've got much or any witnesses. But okay, we're flying through this trial. So again, thank you to me. Right, we are going to the next trial. Again, thank you very much to you, Lady Di, for the 3 coffees. She says, for being awesome and keeping us company. My pleasure. Thank you for joining me. Right, we're going to the next trial. So see you over there in 10 seconds. That's quick, so we definitely get Christopher tomorrow. Yeah, must do. Must be. Right, see you over there.